And we home.
Yes, sir.
Salute, fam. What's happening, everybody? Self-awareness TV. Salute, bro. That's my partner, man, from another community. Good guy from over there, Kwame Brown. I met him through the Kwame Brown Awareness TV. Little community over there. Good people over there, man. My boy Meal Ticket. Shout out Meal Ticket. Fair use. Self-awareness TV, man. Appreciate you for sliding through. You gotta put that on me, man. Shout out Meal Ticket. Fair. King King.
That ain't me. I
Okay.
don't.
Oh shit, hold on, that's me now.
Yeah, I was tripping. I was like, that ain't me, homie.
Yeah, that most definitely was me. My bad, y'all. But yeah, shout out D-Lo 404, salute, bro. He said he gonna jump on if he can. Um, just salute, we can jump into it, man. Uh, we got Jamel Charlo. We got 15 fights this week, y'all. If y'all ain't put y'all picks in, they on the community tab. The schedule is on there. If you ain't got Facebook, just put it in the comment section. And we definitely post it. We got 15 fights, dope schedule. Um, let me go on up in here and just pull this up real quick so we can talk about it.
Gil Cole's in the house. Salute.
Gil Cole, salute, bro. We got 15 fights. We got 3 fights on Friday. And then on Saturday, we got Tony Yoka, Badu Jack, Delphine Persoon, Jamel Charlo, Jaron Ennis, Kovalev, Pulev, and Gilberto Ramirez, and Zepeda. Charles
Nice.
Hadley. We got a bunch of good free fights jumping off this weekend, y'all. And one of them I wanted to talk about was the Charlo versus Castano 2 fight for Undisputed. Dago 619, salute, bro. What's happening? He said, salute, fam. Bivol whoop Canelo. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that crow. I got to serve y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it.
Y'all didn't want to ride. Gil Cole. Y'all didn't want to ride with Trey X and old Marlo. We told y'all Bivol wasn't no chump, man. He was going to be that bad cherry. That bad cherry, man. He was
Make
definitely,
my shit the crow. I want to
man,
get crowed up.
he handled Canelo in that motherfucker. Handled him. Them arm punches, none of that wasn't effective. All that game plan was out the window.
Hey, that was a beautiful execution, man. But like I said, when we
Oh,
get into that later, I'm gonna give you my take on that.
yeah, so we can definitely get into that. But anyway, what's your take, man? I don't even know if you put your picks in yet. I didn't get a chance to ask you. But what's your take on the undisputed Charlo versus Castano 2 fight? Man, we seen part one. How you think part two gonna play out? Who you think gonna take it?
Charlo gonna be extremely motivated for this next fight. I think he let one get away last time. Castano is a good fighter, but I think towards the end of that fight, he figured him out. So I really just see this being a continuation. Charlo of the brothers, we always speak originally when I used to hear about the Charlos, Big Charlo was the one with the power, but the smaller Charlo, he always had the more high IQ in the ring. So seeing, but you can frustrate him, you can irritate him to a certain extent that messes him up. But I think he's going to be all business this weekend. I think he's been waiting. I think he's hungry. He's going to be mad that Canelo lost because that's his boy. No, but shoot, man, I got Charlo winning that fight, and I think he's going to stop Castano this time because I've seen him hurt him badly in the last fight. I think this fight goes 7 rounds. Charlo wins by knockout.
Yeah, we're gonna have to lock in then on that one because off the first fight, like I seen Castano basically have a decent outing. I don't really see him being able to change his game plan and try to outbox Charlo. You know what I'm saying? I think he needs to do the same shit. I think he needs to keep the pressure on and try to get him against the ropes and let go of combinations. And I think the first time, it was pretty successful. You know what I'm saying? Because he did get the clip Charlo. You know what I'm saying? And make him feel something. But then Charlo came back and put it back on him, you know what I'm saying, and made him feel something. But I think overall, I think Charlo made the mistakes in that fight. I think he was backing up too much. I think he didn't establish his jab in the middle of the ring or his dominance. You know what I'm saying? I think he let Castano take control early. I think in this fight, I think Derek James gonna change that up, man. I think he's gonna take control early and be aggressive. I mean, just similar to like what he did with Tony Harrison. Keep
Yep.
him on the back foot. You know what I'm saying? Put pressure on him. And if he don't back up, it's going to be a showdown in the middle of the ring. And I think Charlo's counterpunching is better than Castano. But I would say this about Castano though, his counter punching is in a combination. You know what I'm saying? Charlo like to hit that one button. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Either uppercut or a hook or something like that. So I think that's gonna be it's it. Hype, is that you? LOL Cinnamon got dusted. I don't know who you is, fam. This
Yeah. What the
yeah,
hell?
the link that's in there is only for people that rock with us, bro. We ain't let no people on here with the BS. We ain't on here to argue. So scientist, salute, bro. So Cinnamon got dusted. I don't know who you is.
He said
Hype, is
that's
that
me.
you,
That's
bro?
not you. That is that you, social scientist. He says that's me. But
Okay, okay, okay. All right.
hey man, social scientist, quit playing with your name,
That's him.
man.
He put his. Yeah, I be kind of worried, man. Y'all be playing, man.
I know.
Y'all already
Cracking
know
that.
these people be playing. This gonna be the time we're gonna get some people haters because honest opinion, a lot of people really don't like.
Thank
But
you. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? They'll get the whole stream messed up.
right. And but I like to finish what I was saying though. I think that's what Charlo need to do, man. I think I don't know if he gonna be real tight and precise with his counter, but I hope that he throw them in bunches instead of just trying to look for the one good counter. Because Daniel definitely gonna be letting his hands go, and a motherfucker like that, you probably gonna have to hook with a hooker sometime. You know what I'm saying? I know they both got hurt. They both respect each other's power, but this is for undisputed, man. You gonna get out. You have to get out there. You know what I'm saying? And take it to a motherfucker. And you ain't gonna win no bouts on your back foot all damn day. And that's how I think Charlo gonna stop him. And I think that's the game plan to stop him. So we definitely gonna see. But hype you or so sorry. Which one of y'all want to go first? Get y'all take on the Charlo Castano fight.
Well, I think Charlo comes back better in rematches. And I believe Charlo, just like he said in his interview, he has a lot of tools that he didn't use in that fight because he liked to fall in love with his power, but he can't box. So I think he got more styles in the bag. I do not think Castano has more styles in the bag, though. You know, Castano, he got to fight all up on you in your chest. So if Charlo can just implement some of the stuff that he has shown to uh, be good at in the past, then I believe that he can win the rematch, no problem.
Yeah, he definitely do better in the second fight too. Lil Rock, salute. He said, "Yo, salute, bro. What's happening?" I can say that's him in the backstage. Rod X the champ in the building. Salute. Champ. MZ Talk Boxing in the building. J1 Pro. Salute, bro. What's happening? Hey, the link is in the thing. Y'all want to get on, jump on and get y'all take. Hype. What you think about it?
Hey, Wagwan, I'm more excited to see, my brother Boots fight on that undercard. I think he's really going to have a showcase fight. And I was just getting some insider news. They say Castillo Clayton camp, they talking all type of shit about Boots. Like they look at him like he not even like good enough to, to mess with Castillo. So that's hella interesting to me. I'm really looking forward to that fight. How they talking.
Clay finna
Yeah,
get
I want to
stopped.
see that too. I think Boots gonna stop.
Yep, I agree.
I think he's
Nah, man, Clayton's gonna stop Boots in this fight. I want to tell y'all he about to get exposed. I've been waiting for this fight, straight
I
up.
be I be shocked. I put
No,
some
I'm just
respect
playing.
on the name. Yeah, I definitely be
Bullshit.
shocked if Boots train stopped in Clayton, but I don't see it. I think Boots gonna go out there and put on a hell of a show, man. Uh, Seven Deuces, salute, fam. He said salute from Houston, Texas, already. Salute, fam. What's happening? But shit, man. I got into the schedule. I got into the undisputed. Let's go on and get into this Canelo versus Bivol matchup, man. Man, I seen the fight. I think Bivol from round one, Bivol was establishing his game plan, man. He let Canelo back him up a little bit, but then he came right up out of that. Every time he got off of the rope, he bounced right up off the motherfucker and put that jab right on Canelo motherfucking nose. Back Canelo ass up, hit Canelo with some three pieces. Had Canelo all in the corner looking confused and shit, playing it off and shit, playing the dozens for the crowd. Um, I had going into the fourth, I had Canelo, and one of the rounds was I could have gave the big ball. It was close because he was controlling it. But I think Canelo did a good job towards the end, closing it out and catching him with some good power shots to steal it around. But that's just my opinion. But I only gave Canelo 3 rounds in that fight, man. I don't know what the hell was going on with the judge. They probably in one of those rounds was real close. He couldn't win it. That was a straight outside fight. Bivol did a hell of a job, man. Just taking it to Canelo, man, skillfully. You know what I mean? Canelo didn't really have nothing for him. That game plan, trying to break his arms down, bring the guard down, and all that shit, man. But that was not effective fucking with Bivol at all. And I seen him getting gassed also. I think that was the problem. I think his problem that he got gassed this time was every shot he threw was hard shots. Hell yeah, you gonna get gassed. But I think Bivol did a hell of a job, man, in dethroning Canelo, man. I think Canelo needs to go back to 168. But if he take that rematch, I think it's gonna be a stoppage this time. What's y'all take on the Canelo versus Bivol fight? Salute, bro.
Hey, salute to all the players across the earth and the entire universe. And when I say players, I'm talking about everybody that picked Bivol, goddamn me. You know what I'm talking about? We went out there and beat that boy.
He's serving that crow tonight.
Easy work. That shit wasn't even a challenge for the man. It was a fucking walk in the park. Goddamn it. Let me tell y'all something. Marlo probably don't even know that. Whoever that is making background noise, quiet that shit down. It's crow being served today. Me and this nigga Marlo, we started doing YouTube live streams 4 years ago, May the 2nd. We was supposed to you know what I'm saying, like celebrate, I guess, our the birthday of our channel last week, but we gonna do it today. We've been making picks and we've been standing on picks the whole time, held accountable. We don't get a chance to run off in the hole somewhere when we go off on a bad streak. We got to sit up here while motherfucking man Trey X don't do shit but eat crow and all that kind of shit. Yeah, I'm battle tested. So when I tell y'all something, I dig in and I say something gonna go down, y'all better listen to the great Trey X. Y'all motherfuckers talking about, man, let's listen to Kane Deals. Let's listen to the newcomers and the new kid on the block and all that shit. Nigga, I've been serving crow. And I'm currently number 4 on the channel Ross, goddamn me. Hey, Pecos Bill said if you ain't in the top 5, he don't even want to hear from you. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we kick ass on the corner, man. Salute to that boy Bill. He went out there and did what he had to do. And it felt good watching that shit, not even calling the fight, because it felt good just to be a fan. Whoop his ass, Biffle. Come back with something, Biffle. Put them hands on him, Biffle. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed myself, man. Salute to the boy Yasser Hussein. He dropped us that link and shit. I'm down there fucking with that link the whole time. I'm on channel 1. I'm on channel 2. I'm on channel 3, nigga. Y'all ain't getting away from me with this fight, goddamn me. I'm on every channel making sure I see this shit. But yeah, that was a good one, man. We told y'all the whole time, amateur backgrounds and stuff matter. And one thing that stood out to me about the fight is Canelo didn't make no adjustments. The man did the same thing the whole time during the whole fight. Marlo said that he felt like the man got tired because every shot that he threw was hard. I think that's part of what happened, but at the same time, I feel like he looked at himself as being in a fight that he couldn't afford to get behind in. See, most of the time we say Canelo get off to a slow start because he want to download data. He get to a slow start so he can conserve some gas for the gas tank. That's what he does. In this fight, he couldn't afford to do that. So he came out and started working from the first round. That's why the motherfucker got tired coming down the stretch, because he was working from the first round and he normally don't do that. So yeah, man, the shit was just all bad for him, man. If they would have fought a few years ago at 168, I think the outcome would have been the same. I'm gonna put some respect on the 268 and 15, and I'm gonna put some respect on the bronze at the AIBA World Championship. That shit means something to me. And we cashed in on their motherfucking ass, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, hey, I'm gonna say one more thing. One more thing and I'm gone. Well, I ain't gone, but I'm out to wait for a minute. Y'all talking about Boots and Clayton? I've been studying Clayton a little bit lately, man. I think Clayton is gonna surprise. I'm not saying he's gonna go out there and win, but I think he's better than what we giving him credit for. He was 105-14 as an amateur. As a pro, they don't never let the man be consistent. He fights one time a year, and they keep on putting him on the shelf. Even when he fought against Lipingas, he was coming off a 9-month layoff. Going into his next fight, he was coming off a year layoff. So they don't never let the man get no activity and be consistent. So I think that might be why people don't look at him the way we should. I feel like he beat Lipingas, but he's not the type of guy that posts up in front of you. He uses lateral movement. He steps off to the side. He got good fundamentals. He got a decent jab. He can counterpunch a little bit. And he's extremely durable and he's strong for the weight class. I think this guy is going to go some rounds. He's not about to go out here and be no punching bag. And I think he's gonna try to fight back. And I like what I heard. I think Hyphy said that the camp been talking shit, that they gonna come and fight Ennis, and he ain't shit. I like that mentality. Don't go in there scared. Go in there and do what you got to do. You got the amateur background. You got all this shit working, man. Go in there and handle your business. So that's definitely a fight that I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Hey, Self-Awareness TV, salute, man. Appreciate you for coming through. Hey, he good people, man. He be breaking down all the hypocrisy and adding on his opinions on what's going on over there in the community with Connie Brown. And that's Self-Awareness TV. Salute. Appreciate you for coming through. Spirit of Jetson, salute, man. What's good with it, bro? He said Canelo looked raggedy as a roach. Bruce Gold, salute. Welcome. He said salute. Salute. Who want to get go now? I say you can. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, that I really enjoyed the fight. It was hold on, man. God damn, all these crows in this motherfucker. Get off me. Hey,
salute, bro.
Hey, that nigga got crow on layaway.
There was crows deep in this bitch. God damn, I'll eat my crow. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga eat this shit raw.
Hey, he got live crow. That nigga live crow. That nigga a crow cannibal.
That nigga got a crow buffet.
Crow sushi in there, motherfucker.
Trying to tell you, man. But nah, straight up, man. Salute to Bivol, man. You know, everybody knows what my reason was, but that's not no reason to pick no fight that way. You gotta be a boxing purist and hope that sometimes this shit works itself out. Bivol looked amazing in this fight. He made Canelo look like a rank amateur, and then the excuses came out to the point. I seen Bivol doing an interview afterwards, and somebody asked him, "Oh, well, you know, it was the weight, you know, because you're so much bigger." And he's like, you know, because Canelo's a small 175 pounder, and then he's like, "I'm a small 175 pounder." Matter of fact, does he still have all them belts at 168? I'll come down 168 and whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, he wants smoke at all levels. It wasn't about size. It wasn't about any of that. It's just Canelo didn't adjust. He wasn't smart in Bivol. Bivol was disciplined. That's what I call Bivol, disciplined through the whole fight. I don't know if Canelo was trying to do a rope or dope or what kind, or he was just being lazy, but the way he was doing it was just so sloppy. That whole sequence where he was getting beat up in the face and he was doing the come in, he was getting his ass whooped. He was buying his time. He wasn't trying to. He didn't really want him to come in because it was just going to get worse and worse. And there was points in the time, like I said, I've watched Canelo a lot of times. That's the first time I probably see him like actually maybe hurt. He looked tired. He looked beat up. He was all red in the face. Look at his Ronda Rousey face. It was sad, bro. But I love watching every minute of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Bivol.
Iceberg nerd. Salutations, bro. Salute.
Hey, let me say this one thing real quick, bro. Hey, and the people on the corner that picked Bivol, talking about me, Marlo, J1 Pro Da Vinci, my boy D-Lo. It was a couple of more people. At least one more person, I think. But we picked him by decision. All that old, I'm scared of Canelo because Canelo, you can't beat him on the card. Nigga, we picked Bivol by decision. Nigga, we bucked all that shit. Nigga, we ain't scared of no Canelo. Everybody sitting up there, well, if Canelo picked him, he must know he gonna beat him. Nigga, that sound like fear to me. We ain't scared of no Canelo as a matchmaker. we ain't scared of him as a fighter or as a matchmaker. Nigga, we ain't fearing none of that. Bivol had the goods. It was clear and apparent to us, man. So I just want to say salute because we picked them by decision. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, hell yeah, fuck if the fix was in. they gonna show us, goddamn me. Johnny, salute, fam. What's your take on it, Social Scientist?
Hey, man, I thought it was a beautiful performance by Bivol, man. Like, after watching that performance, man, Bivol is now one of my favorite fighters. And I'm going to tell you why, man, because he was the bigger man in that fight, but he didn't go in there and beat Canelo with his size. I know a lot of the Canelo apologists is saying all of that shit, but to me, this was a great example of how a big man can outskill a little man, right? Because I remember the Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia fight, and everybody was like, "Oh, he went in there and he boxed him." But I feel like Errol did everything in that fight that a big man should be able to do to a little man. Kept him at the end of a jab, pivoted when he got close. You know what I'm saying? He didn't show more speed than the little man or nothing like that. But that's exactly what Bivol did. He was He had more speed than Canelo. Canelo missed. He make him pay. Canelo trying to do his little head movement that everybody's so enamored with, and he was just lighting his ass up. Like Canelo couldn't even move his head. I don't know what the fuck kind of magic Bivol was using, but like his fist was everywhere Canelo head was trying to move. That shit was so beautiful to me. And let's see what else. What else I got? I got something else. Oh yeah, Canelo. Okay, y'all may not know this about me, but I do not like Canelo. I can't stand him. But that don't mean I'm gonna pick against him if I think, he gonna win it. When he beat Jacobs, I said, hey, he won the fight, But Jacobs could not land on that man. Like he looked so slippery. They asked Jacobs after the fight, well, what surprised you about Canelo? Well, he was just more slippery than I thought he was gonna be, and all of that shit. So that shit didn't work on Bivol. Also, I'm tired of Canelo and all of that. When he cussed Demetrius Andrade out, everybody was saying, "Oh, he's the man. He's so funny. He has so much personality, and I can do anything. I fight with anybody. I fuck you up right now, motherfucker," and all that shit. And then everybody was just all on his nuts because he was just being the arrogant asshole and all this shit. And his ass went in there and got humbled. It's the most delicious crow I have ever eaten in my life. Give me some more. I love it.
Got some live crow for you over here, big homie.
Hey,
we got plenty of crow for you. Don't even worry about it.
Hey, Chris Ray, blessings, bro. Salute.
Oh yeah, and what Marlo was saying about him being up on the cards in the first 4 rounds, man, that was some BS, bro. Because I had Bivol clearly winning the second round at least. So
that was a setup, bro. That was part of the setup, man.
Yeah,
no way in hell you gave him all 4
that's
of them
what
rounds.
Trey and everybody always be saying, that fucking with Canelo, he already down 4 rounds.
And that's exactly why I picked Canelo by split. Cause I'm on channels like saying, yeah, if it's a fair shake, Bivol gonna win. But that's like I can't see no fair shake. He still didn't get a fair shake, but he still won because he beat him so dominantly. And don't nobody want to admit that.
Hey man, quit justifying your bad pick and eat the crow with me, man.
It is what it is, man. But like, don't nobody want to admit that man got dominated, and he did.
That's why I asked, does it matter that Bivol is an in-house fighter? Could he get 1% leeway that he can win a few rounds? Yeah. That's why I kept on asking y'all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was just thinking, like, what is the zone's incentive to keep Canelo on top? You know what I'm saying? They got an in-house fighter. They got action at some stardom right now. I think at least 1% will go to Bivol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, shout out Big Boy Boxing. Salute, fam. 4th quarter talk. Salute.
Hey, Big Duke. Salute to you.
Yep,
salute. Take over for me for a minute.
Hey, the biggest thing though that I like though is Bivol calling out Eddie Hearn, because he's like, even Eddie Hearn was looking sad after I won. Like, he called out everybody. I loved it. He's like, this dude didn't want me to win either. But I think what really sold me, like I said, besides the performance, Bivol's personality. I didn't know that he a cool ass cat, man. I'm just saying, he went out, had a good time after the fight. He looked like he just went for a job. So, but
I told y'all though, leading into the fight, like Bivol, they'll show him some sparring footage of Canelo. He's sparring against Frank Sanchez, and they say, look, Bivol, Canelo sparring Frank Sanchez. Bivol said, I don't give a fuck if he's sparring aliens. I told y'all, he been talking shit, man. He been cool and laid back and relaxed about this. My boy DeCane said, man, the man been wanting to fight. This ain't nothing new. This something that he been wanting. You know what I'm saying? He knew he could go out there and beat this dude. And I think the amateur background shit showed up because Canelo didn't make no adjustments, man. He did the same thing the whole time in the fight, man. And I think some of this shit needs to come back on Reynosa. Your ass got exposed. Your 2 top fighters went out there and got their ass whooped in the last 2 weeks. And I told y'all, I said Canelo done showed Valdez how to get his ass whooped. Now he gonna show him how to handle the loss. You know what I'm saying? And Reynosa, they need to get on him because he ain't making in the fight adjustments. Your instructions is trash. You ain't giving these people no adjustment. Talking about go out there and be great. Nigga, tell them how to be great.
Yeah, you know he was telling them, he said, go out there, box intelligent when he was losing, and that was it. I'm like, you didn't tell him no combinations. You didn't tell, hey, when he's throwing this punch, slip under there. He didn't say nothing. He's like, be great, box intelligent.
It was. And he also told him in Spanish after every round, damn near. He's like, how do you feel? He's like,
I feel like I'm losing, nigga.
Hit too much.
Yeah, but I'll give him credit. I will give him this. when they take losses and when they take adversity, they normally make some adjustments and come back as better fighters. See, but my thing is, I respect that, but I need you to be making adjustments while we in the fight. Don't let me get my ass whooped and then make an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? So I
But how
think
do you feel about Canelo's attitude after the fight? Because
I think his attitude before the fight was fucked up. The man went on a victory tour. He's sitting up there doing interviews talking about, oh, it's my time and I can do anything and I can beat anybody. I can be Usyk and I can do this and I can do that and everybody's, oh yes, Canelo. Oh yes, oh Grandmaster Canelo, yes Canelo. And I'm sitting up here. I got two things that's going on in my mind. Number one, I'm like, is this shit fixed? Do this man know he gonna win and he ain't got nothing to worry about? Or is he reading the press clippings? Is he believing all this shit that people telling? Oh, Canelo, you so great. You got action at being the greatest of all time, better than Sugar Ray Robinson, better than Sam Langford, better than Harry Graham. I'm thinking he's starting to believe that shit. Oh yeah, I am great. I can go up here and beat these motherfuckers. A few years ago, he went up there and he beat Kovalev and he said, well, I'm just gonna chill. I ain't trying to beat no 175 pounder. Now all of a sudden, oh, I can beat not only 175, I can win at cruiserweight, I can win at heavyweight. And I'm like, damn, okay. So they be saying, oh man, the black fighters, they need to stay humble. I'm like, this motherfucker don't sound humble. Talking about he can go beat heavyweights and all this kind of shit. I said, man, this shit is catching up to him. What come before the fall? They say pride goeth before the fall. And I said, man, I think I'm about to double down on it.
Amen.
Hey, because I was thinking I might want to take a draw. I said if Bivol go out there and put hands on him, they might give Canelo a draw like they did with Valdez against Conceição. But when I listened to Canelo, that made me really double down. And I said, man, I'm about to go ahead and roll with Bivol Square Business because I think this dude does not have the right mentality going to the fight. It reminded me of Jerry Hurd before his fight with J-Rod, while he all in the locker room getting haircuts and shit before the fight, getting his fade tightened up, getting his line cleaned up and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that cut was fresh though, G.
You got an ass whooping, fresh ass whooping with that cut too. So I just said, hey man, I'm about to go ahead and double down on Bivol. He went out there and did what he had to do.
Hey, speaking of that though, man, like you said, but the cold part and the alarming part about that fight, literally, if he hadn't been so battered, and if he could have mustered some kind of effort in the 12th round, we get a fucking draw, which is ridiculous. Canelo did not win more. I maybe I gave him some comparable rounds, but I had a 117, 110. That's 9-3, and that's me gifting you some rounds because you did a little better than some other ones. So really, it might have been 10-2. It could have been 11-1. Thank you.
But you know what? I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I actually had Canelo winning the first 3 rounds. So when the scorecards came out, I really wasn't all that surprised. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this: when I was looking at them first 3 rounds, I was looking at them in through Canelo colored glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't looking at it like a normal fight. I was kind of looking at it the way the judges might be looking at it. So I felt like Bivol could have been doing some more in some spots. And when he didn't, I was like, damn, I would think about the couple of clean shots I saw Canelo land. Because he was landing the looping right hand around the guard a little bit in the beginning. He would come up the middle with the uppercut a few times. That shit was landing. They showing it on the replay. So I'm like, damn, the little jabs and shit that Bivol did, I don't know if that's going to be enough for the judges. They probably going to award that round to Canelo because he coming forward and he landed a few solid punches. You know what I'm saying? So I actually gave the first 3 rounds to Canelo, assuming that's the way the judges were looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what stream was you watching at that time? Was that 1 or 2?
I don't know. I think it was on number 3.
Hey, that was actually a good stream though, man. I ain't even gonna front.
Hey, like, bro, they kicked me out 1,000,000 times. I said, y'all ain't gonna shake me that easy. What channel y'all on? Shit, I'm going to number 3 now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was doing. Reset, click on that big old plus sign. Let's go.
Bro, business. Yeah, that shit was fun. Man, I was wondering if he was gonna get on the panel, man. You know we got to talk our shit.
Oh man, you know I'm here. For real. Your boy went out there and got beat up.
And beat up, bro. Shout out to Big Boy, man. Salute.
Salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling great. Canelo went out there and got dotted up. I don't care what kind of excuse they try to make. That boy got his ass whooped. And the same thing that Floyd said a long time ago, the dude don't know how to make adjustments. When he realized he couldn't get through, he threw his hands up pretty much and gave up. Who said he did?
Well, that thing got his ass whooped, man. I've been talking shit about that fight since it got announced. I've been listening to some shit of me talking shit at February the 7th or some shit. Late January, I've been talking shit about this fight. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, it feels so good to see this shit come to fruition. Hey, we got a super chat in the chat, man. We definitely appreciate that shit from Gil Cole. He said, respect the Pecos bill. He said, sprinkle a little clambuterol on my crow. I need it for this week's Chan Ross. I put a little extra for the excessive trash talking he was doing, man. We definitely appreciate you, bro.
Way to step your game up. I appreciate that in honor of your boy over here. I got some celebrating to do. I heard about Marlo's Corner birthday coming up for them being on. So
no, it ain't coming up. It was last week. It was on the 2nd. So we're going to celebrate it today because I had forgot. I really thought it was on the 13th, but I went to make sure it was May the 2nd. So this is like the week after our little birthday of our channel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, shout out to Debo. Shout out to Debo in the building. Salute, bro. He said, man, where were y'all on Saturday? Needed Trey X on the call.
I watched it.
Yeah, shit. We didn't want to pay for it, bro. But I ain't gonna even lie, man. That was good for my soul. Just to be a fan and just enjoy the fight. I enjoyed that shit, bro. But it's gonna be plenty of fight calls. You ain't even gotta worry about it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to Arnold Brown. Salute, sis.
Big Boys Boxing. What's up, bro?
Junior, bro.
What y'all think about a lot of people saying this is a cherry pick gone wrong, considering Canelo himself said that he thought Bivol was the hardest fight at 175.
Can I go first?
Go ahead. Go ahead, OG.
I feel like he picked Bivol because, like Bivol said, they looked at him in his last couple of fights, thought he didn't look good. He's not the biggest 175-pounder. He don't look like he carried that much weight. And I thought Canelo really did think that he would have been the easiest fight. And and I think he underestimated that man and went out there and it showed. So in so many ways, yeah, it could be a pick gone bad because I felt like he picked Kovalev at the perfect time after that hard fight with Yard and had him to turn around so fast. So Bivol told people, my last few fights I ain't look good because I wasn't having fun. But y'all put the so-called number one, pound for pound, best fighter in the world in front of me, and I'm finally getting a chance to show y'all what I really got. And he showed us.
I disagree.
Like, can I step in there?
Let me say mine real quick and I'm going to get out the way. I disagree. I think Charlo was the cherry pick. He ain't never fought at 168. If Canelo would have told him let's fight, it would have been Charlo's first fight at 168, no acclimation process. And he was only goddamn, my mind just went blank. I know his brother was 56 and 8. I don't forgot a goddamn amateur background record. But the motherfucker ain't got a whole bunch of fights, man. He limited in comparison to somebody like Bivol. I think that Canelo started reading the press clippings. He started really thinking he was as great as what people saying. He can go all the way to heavyweight and beat Usyk, and he can do all of this kind of shit. So no, I do not think he looked at Bivol as a cherry pick. I think he looked at himself and overestimated his own abilities. Because at first he said, okay, I'm just gonna chill for 175. He said, I just want to be Kovalev, but I'm going to chill on this shit. I'm going to go back down to 168 and do what I got to do. He could have fought Bivol then or fought them guys if he felt like he was really on that level. It was after he became undisputed and shit to where his own self-image increased to where he started feeling like he can beat guys like Bivol. So, no, I don't look at it as a cherry pick because I think he respected Bivol. 268 and 15 amateur, baby world beater, like we like to say. Bronze medal at the Youth AIBA World Championships, gold at the Cadet Games and shit, man. These people be knowing this stuff, man. So, no, I don't think he looked at him as a cherry pick. I think he just overestimated his own abilities, and he got brought back down to earth.
Let me get in there after the King.
Yeah, I agree with Trey X on that. I just wanted to add to what MZ was saying about they talking about Bivol didn't look that good in his last couple of fights. I just want to remind people that he did say in that pre-fight interview with Akin Barak that he didn't get up for that Craig Richards fight. He couldn't get motivated for it because, dude wasn't really that good. Because that's where I was noticing some holes in that fight, in the Salamar fight. He was getting hit to the body, dropping his defense, getting hit in the face and stuff. But, like he said, he couldn't get motivated for it, but he damn sure was motivated for Canelo. But
Hey, bro, but at the same time, my bad, I hate to interrupt you. Those guys are over 6 feet tall, man. The Bivol is not a Bob and Weave type of guy. He don't fight like Tyson. He don't fight like Joe Frazier to where he feel comfortable fighting tall guys. He got the type of style that's best suited for short guys. So
I hear what you're saying.
people judging him harshly off of fighting people that's over 6 feet tall, and he going against somebody that's 5'7".
Right.
That makes sense.
And I'm not talking about, the dynamics of the two fighters. I'm talking about him being lazy. Like I saw laziness in that Craig Richards fight. So that not necessarily just the fact that Craig Richards was tall, you just being lazy. And he said as much himself. He wasn't motivated. And it looked like it to me.
I
Yeah, a
think
lot of
styles make
fighters.
fights. Styles make fights is a little bit more important than motivation. That's just my opinion. That's why I keep on bringing up the height, because I'm looking at the dynamic and the styles. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I do feel what what's the name is saying. I think some fighters, if you go to the zone, you're going to go there to die a little bit because they have a lot of intermediate fights. I think Bivol once all the smoke, he was ready to be tested. I don't know how people. I don't think either side would have been a cherry pick for him. I think Canelo, the bag was bigger over there. We talking about 100 mil versus 160 mil, and one of those fights in that 160 mil is a throwaway fight, and the other fights against a dude that you beat that's 40 years old and probably ain't worth nothing. So, of the fights that he had on the zone, this was going to be the toughest one. And if he went into this fight thinking this was a cherry pick, I think that's another indictment on Eddie Reynoso, because that means Eddie Reynoso is a good matchmaker. So if he thought this was a cherry, that's, like I said, that's an indictment on your corner and what kind of training you going through. Because if you could not see that this dude had a good stick, that it's a difference between punching with somebody that's at the same level, like Trex was saying, and punching down and jabbing somebody, you know what I'm saying? It changed in the dynamics. And you have a dude that literally Canelo is swinging and all he hit in his elbow. Bivol said at the end, they was like, did he hurt you? Yeah, he hurt my arms. Because that's all he was hitting was my arms. So now I don't want to say a cherry pick is Danny Garcia versus whoever that little weird dude that almost beat him. Because Bivol's a champion. There's only a couple champions at 175. I mean, you can all I think it's disrespectful to call a world champion with that amateur background any kind of fucking cherry. That's not what it was. It wasn't a cherry pick. He just took the money over there, thought it was a fight that he could win. Started like Trey started smelling himself like my mom was, and that's what.
Hey, I think they did think they saw something that they can exploit with Bivol, man. But the main thing that they've been avoiding anyway is somebody that works off the jab. They got a decent, respectful jab. And Junior the Superdog, he just said it in the chat. He said he couldn't get past the jab. That's what that's what had him. He can't anybody who got a decent, respectful, a fundamental fighter would respect that's always working off the jab. It's a hell of a puzzle for Canelo, man. Off that jab, Bivol was able to put together combination punches that kind of shook Canelo, stunned Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Kind of put him, probably had him thinking about other fighters like Mayweather and Laura and situations that he's been in, man, against them ropes, getting pieced up like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I liked it how when Bivol did get his points on the ropes, he didn't rush in like Canelo wanted him to. He gave Canelo something to think about. He feinted him, played with him. You know what I'm saying? Just had him there, not working, just thinking about what just happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Just pity patting him with the jab. I think that's just a hell of a puzzle, man, because that shit ain't working, man. That shit worked for weaker fighters, man. A strong, solid, fundamental fighter, it's gonna be difficult for Canelo to get past these type of guys, man, because they start with a jab and most of the times they end with one. Like I like how Bivol, when Canelo tried to rush in with a counter, he backed up out of there with a jab. He gave Canelo something to think about. It just was those little subtle things, man, that had Canelo off his offense, off his key, because he always had to worry about that jab, even if it was pity pat, because he didn't know if it was something coming around. I remember Bivol tried to hit this motherfucker with a cold left hook that missed wide. But you know what I'm saying? It came out of nowhere. He didn't ever throw that again. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like it was this punch, it was that punch. Canelo just didn't know where it was coming. Eric Cooper, salute, bro. Anybody else want gave their take? I just cut in and shit.
Man, I think Reynoso trains them guys with a lot of repetition. Anytime you see training footage of them, it's just he'll have them throw the same punch over and over for like 100 times. But he don't train them guys how to land that shit. He just train them how to throw.
What I see is that they go through phases. Like pre Mayweather Canelo, that was a style that like a certain style. Then after Mayweather, he started getting more defensive. So you'll fight somebody like Jacobs. Jacobs, he fight off the jab too. He'll throw 6 jabs in a row, and Canelo will slip all them hoes. That shit worked until he got to Golovkin. He got a draw out of that. So he went back to the drawing board and he tweaked his style and started becoming more of a pressure walk down type of fighter. So in the rematch, he beat Golovkin, and that shit worked. So it worked all the way until he got the Bivol. Now he's gonna have to go back to the drawing board and tweak his style again. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep on seeing his style go through phases. Like he'll use that particular style till it doesn't work anymore. And then he'll go and change it up a little bit and reinvent himself.
I want to agree with you on one thing, Trey. We did say a few months ago, we were talking, and I remember telling you my thoughts on Charlo, and I was like, yeah, if he go to Charlo, Charlo's starting to look like the weakest one. But the package that they put together at the PBC, it really wasn't nothing easy laying there for him. So I could see why he went to the zone, like you said. For him, one of those fights in his mind was a throwaway fight. Bivol was the throwaway. Triple G was going to be the easy money in his mind. He could have got to thinking that, believing everything that people was writing about him and stuff like that. But what I did notice of him, and it's just important to me, like whoever said in the chat, he couldn't get around the jab. And then Bivol surprised the hell out of him when he had Bivol on the rope and he went for that hard punch, and Bivol caught him with that left and spent around out of there with a combination. So he just had that man confused all the way around. And I did notice in the fight, I was like, dang, everything Canelo was throwing, like he trying to hurt Bivol with one punch, like he gonna try to get this dude out of here, which I couldn't understand. This is supposed to be such a seasoned veteran, a pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Nobody can beat. All the boxers is riding his nuts. I'm so disappointed in Charlo. I just can't believe it. But yeah, he probably got to believe in it. But who goes out there and throw everything hard? Mike Tyson, yeah, he punched through everything, but Canelo ain't Mike.
But he been fighting like that. Every
I
single
know.
fight, ever since he fought Golovkin in the rematch, every punch that he throws has been hard. You know what I'm saying? I still look at Charlo. If he wants to cherry pick, I still look at him as a cherry pick. Charlo coming off a performance that he didn't look the best. He coming off that Montiel performance. You can look at that as a little bit of slippage. You might have been catching him at his weakest time or something. He do got issues outside of the ring too, legal issues, all kind of shit that might be distracting him. And like I said, he ain't never fought at 168. I always thought that Charlo was an easier fight than Bivol. How am I gonna take Charlo 65-6 motherfucker over somebody that's 268-15 fighting on the international level, and he the naturally bigger man? And I'm supposed to think that Charlo is a tougher fight than him? Absolutely not. And I think it was obvious that Bivol is a tougher fight than Charlo. I think Bivol will beat the shit out of Charlo at 175.
Hey, but the motherfucker, everybody else ain't looking at it like that, especially them goddamn sports writers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially Canelo. Like, it's obvious Canelo don't want to fight Benavidez or Charlo or Boo. You know what I'm saying? He rather had got his ass whooped by Bivol than get his ass whooped than give Boo Boo pass a torch to one of them guys. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like in my opinion.
But
You
if
know
you
what I'm
think
saying?
about
Like,
it,
I know
I actually agree with that.
I know that we can size them up and everything and break it down that one got more experience. Damn, man, go ahead, somebody.
yeah, but see, that's the thing. Marlo was just saying, the, the I guess the appeal of the PBC deal, like you're saying, Trex
Yeah,
of
look, let me finish. They cut that shit off. I was saying, and it's just my opinion. Everybody even heard Eddie Reynoso say that these guys are a problem. You know what I'm saying? They thought that they can go to 75 and get a guy like Bivol before they stay at 68 or go down a catch weight and fight these guys. You know, Canelo like to fight at catch weights anyway. I don't if they thought that these guys would have been easy work. or better work. It was a lot of money on the table for him to take those fights, but they didn't take those fights, and then they went and signed, and then they end up making these comments about, you know what I'm saying, these guys being difficult fights or whatever.
Hey, but this. Oh my bad. I thought you were done. My fault.
No, I was just gonna say that I do think that he took the path of easy resistance, and not knowing, like how we was thinking, that that's not easy neither. You know what I'm saying? So either way it go, you in a catch-22 type of situation. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go up there and get your ass whooped by Bivol, or stay right there and take your chances with these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, you know what I mean, it's a chance that he could have beat a Benavidez or Charlo. I'm not picking him, but I'm saying a lot of people would have been picking him over those kind of guys. It was a chance, but it was a catch-22 for him, and they thought that they would have. You know what I'm saying? This was the path of least resistance. Beat Bivol, they go a Triple G fight and get this little money that the zone got to offer.
See, I didn't look at it as a path of least resistance. I think I've seen like a little bit of a pattern. Mikey Garcia going up to fight Earl Spence, Kell Brook going up to fight Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? Like they're more acceptable losses. Like you have a built-in excuse. You get to say, well, I fought somebody that was way bigger than me. I'm not saying that Charlo ain't gonna offer no kind of fight, no kind of resistance, but I still think that Bivol was the harder fight, but he was the more acceptable loss. Like people can say, well, salute to Canelo because he went up to 175 and he fought a bigger guy and he chasing glory and all that kind of shit. If you go out there and take a loss, it's a lot better for him than losing to Charlo or losing to Andrade. But I still don't look at that as a path of least resistance. I just look at that as a more acceptable loss for his fans. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can agree with that, but seeing that he already beat Kovalev, I don't give him that.
He's had 3 fights at 175.
Yeah, that would be stamped if he didn't go up there and beat Kovalev already.
But he was compromised though.
Who was compromised?
Kovalev.
But
when
they were saying that
coming off
the
45, fighting for 45. Yeah, he was.
He was fighting for great. He was chasing greatness. And
Kovalev fought. Look. Kovalev just had fought in a tough ass fight versus Yard like 45, 50 days before he fought Canelo.
Yeah, we know that. We just saying that ain't what the narrative was. What the people
the narrative was he was chasing greatness. He went up there and beat Kovalev.
I thought y'all was talking
about. We know what the truth
about
is.
Being compromised. I want to explain that to the people that's listening. That's the compromise that we talking about. That he fought Kovalev was compromised because he came off a fight within 60 days and went right into a fight with Canelo.
Yeah, he barely even got a training camp. See, like the thought that I'm struggling with is that Canelo was looking at Charlo and being so afraid of him that he would rather fight Bivol because Bivol is easier. I just don't see that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I've been saying. I mean, y'all ain't got to agree, but that's just the way I see it.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah,
I see your point, but I don't agree with it because I just, like I said, I seen. Hey, shout out to D-Lo in that super chat. If I ain't say it to you already because I had stepped away, bro. He said, "Happy channelversary."
We appreciate that shit, bro.
We're gonna jam tomorrow.
I was saying that I see it that way because I think it was a bigger and better stage, and not saying that he didn't bring something to the table on his own, talking about Canelo, but I'm saying combined with the Showtime pay-per-view or Fox pay-per-view, it was a bigger stage. It was a more fan-friendly fight, man. A lot of people didn't want to see Bivol. A lot of people wasn't asking for Bivol, bro. Like, he had Benavidez on the table, Charlo on the table, even he had Earl Spence on the table. You know what I'm saying? And he chose Bivol and Triple G over those guys for I don't even, I don't be fucking caring about the exact amount of dollars, so somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think he would have made more money if he would have went the other way. You know what I'm saying? So he took less money to go over there and take this what's the name and take the path of least resistance. That's why I say I hear what you're saying, but I think Canelo, he been moving his way though. So
the only path of least resistance that I see is him being on the zone and he might get protected by them. I don't see a path of least resistance through Bivol. I see him as a way more daunting threat than Charlo and Andrade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we can say that too then. We can say as far as the comfortableness of the judges and, you know what I mean? All that old shit, the negotiations, but he getting his way. I can see you saying that too. But no matter what it was, I feel that's the reason. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't. Something he didn't ever count on the cards that it was gonna be a lopsided fight. Bivol was just gonna put hands on him like he did. I didn't think he thought that. You know what I'm saying? He thought that he was gonna wear Bivol arm down like he did Calvin Smith. You know what I'm saying? And hit him to the body or something. Get one of them late round stoppages like he did Kovalev. But he forgot that Kovalev, you had it was compromised with Kovalev. There wasn't no compromise with Bill. You know what I'm saying? Bill had a good clean camp. He ain't coming to do no talking. If you seen him in a press conference, the dude had the same fake poker face the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Knowing everybody underestimated him. And he just all he wanted to do is fight. You know what I'm saying? And he went in there and fought. And he did his motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying?
And then I gotta also say the shit that I've been saying, I ain't saying nothing new. Like I've been saying this shit the whole time ever since they announced the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to King of Kings in the super chat. He said salute to the corner. Salute, bro.
Appreciate that shit, bro.
But hell yeah. I definitely understand where you're coming from. But it's like I was saying, I didn't even know that until somebody reported about them the offer. Eddie Reynoso said that was true. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they've been doing the same move that they've been doing.
Yeah, because if you think about it, if that was, like I said, us thinking about the path of least resistance, that second fight on that PBC fight was you were going to be Benavidez at 168, or he was going to have to, or they were going to drag him down to 164 to fight Spence.
Yeah.
So I put it like this: if he's sizing it up, like even if he says, okay, I can beat up on Charlo, catch that first 45, but that second 55, no matter what the conditions are, even with a smaller Spence, but they drew 164. Canelo's not a 160 pounder no more, so he's 168 around that range. So he had some flashbacks of whatever happened to him before. He knows how that's used, or he fights Benavidez at 168, which is a lot of us know that Benavidez doesn't have the background, but I think he sees that as a tough fight. So I don't know. Either way it goes. But like I said, on the second back end, if you get through this tough fight with Bivol, who is the most probably of all five opponents, the strongest fighter, then you get some easy work with Triple D. Then you fight some dude named Ryder or whatever, one of them weirdos. And then Canelo was out there talking so much mess. I love fighting Europeans, and he's just so arrogant, man. It was so like, humble yourself, bro.
They had his fights already mapped out. If he would have beat Bivol, he was gonna defend the mandatory either in Mexico with one fighter, or he was gonna fight in the UK versus Ryder, because Eddie Hearn already had it all mapped out for him. But shit just flipped all the way automatically after that fight. And let me address this one comment real quick. Elijah said, "Call Bivol out, Charlo." Why do Charlo need to call Bivol out? Charlo ain't trying to chase no 175 title. He trying to get undisputed or fight champions at 60 or 68. You don't have to do what Canelo did.
He said go up 2 weight classes.
Yeah, that don't make sense, man. Like you ain't nobody trying to copy Canelo. They want to fight Canelo. When Canelo was at their division, he don't have to do that.
Yeah, go up 2 weight classes.
Ain't no
without
fans
the
asking
steroids.
Charlo to call out Bivol because Bivol beat Canelo. Ain't nobody worried about that, man. That was Canelo's choice, man. He got to live with that.
Simple and plain.
D-Lo said Amir Khan versus Canelo. What you mean by that?
He's talking about the move-ups. He's talking about the acceptable losses.
Oh, yeah. D-Lo also said exactly. That's why he fought Kovalev instead of Andrade or Charlo at 160. Facts. That's why we just speaking facts off the boxing history, man. Ain't no hating over here. Ain't nothing. You go back and look up video of this shit that we talking about. D-Lo also said, yep, Canelo so-called match Henry Armstrong when he beat Kovalev. Bull motherfucking ish. D-Lo also said I was just about to snitch my little super. I was just about to snatch him. He said I was just about to snatch my little super chat back. He said y'all read that shit right on time. Okay, sir. We got you, sir.
D-Lo always sounds
It was he laughing and shit. D-Lo said Andrade ain't getting no fight with Canelo, period. or GGG, man. That's some fights I'm pretty sure we all like to see. Andre versus GGG or
Hell
Andre
yeah.
versus Canelo.
Mongiel finally or somebody damn back.
Somebody. D'Lo say Canelo was not going to no damn 164 for nobody. But he liked the catch weight. That's why I brought that up. Like, let's not forget, man, Canelo was the catch weight king.
Yeah, but
You know
that
what I'm
wouldn't work in his advantage though.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
still be in his favor because you still bringing up 147 pounders. So
That part.
That never had a fight over 147.
exactly.
It'd be kind of like like a Amir Khan situation.
It's
Yes,
pretty
sir.
much the same. Pretty much the same.
Yep.
Because he would just get that Climbera and lose those extra 4 pounds. He'll be ready to go. I mean, that's. I mean, we got to keep it a buck. I mean, we can say what we want, but let's keep it real. This mother is a notorious ass cheater, robbing people on scorecards, and he got his ass whooped. You know what I mean? And that's what we've all been wanting. I hope he do go get a rematch. Go ahead and rematch Bivol.
He
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
Get your
beat
ass
up
whooped
again.
again.
At
That's
168, fly them belts.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think-
Bivol said he was
Yeah,
down
yeah,
for.
168 too.
Yes.
I think he'll stop him at 68.
That's when the fix gonna be in for real. If he stop him, he gonna get disqualified.
Hey, they gonna straight. Yeah, they gonna say he hit him with a punch straight in the face. That's illegal. What do you mean?
Yeah, just
Hey, in
like
order for him
Joshua,
to do that,
just like
in order for him
Joshua,
to do that, it's gonna be in Mexico.
just like when Joshua fought Joseph Parker. You remember Marlon when he put that 3-piece on Joshua, and Joshua was looking at the referee like, "God damn, you see that shit?"
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Hey,
Yeah.
when Parker was on his ass on the inside, and that nigga looked at his referee like, "Get him off me!" The ref jumped on that nigga Parker back and shit. Like, man, what is this shit going on in the ring? I've never seen no shit like this.
Joshua be looking at the ref like, "Fuck, I'm paying you for this."
Oh,
Hey, I
MZ
watched
say-
that over my mama. Even my mom when I had went outside, took a little old smoke break, hit my weed and shit. I came back in. My mom like, man, they cheating like a mug in here for Joshua. So that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
In that match, you saw some shit you ain't never seen before. It was good, clean inside fight, and the referee jumped on Parker back like, "You can't do this, son. No, get off my boy." What was I at? Oh, MZ say Nelo's sick now. Yeah, he's sick. He thinking he plotting on his next move. You know, for say Ryder is the one who inspired Canelo to go ahead and fight Colin Smith.
Yeah,
Big
he
boy,
gave him a
I
tough
think-
fight. He showed some slippage, is what he's saying. Cause a lot of people felt like Callum Smith won that fight by robbery. So Canelo saw some vulnerability and went and unasked him off that belt. That's what he's trying to say.
Mhm. I think we answered Big Boy question. I'm gonna read it though. He said, "You think Canelo would try to get Bivol rematch at 6? Oh no, we didn't answer that yet. At 68, with a rehydration clause to try to save face."
Bivol will be
Hey,
the
Bivol-
dumbest motherfucker in the world if he takes
take
shit
that.
like that.
To take a
coming off
rehydration
win.
clause. No,
Yeah,
no.
coming off a win.
He already said that he plan on having negotiations. If they do a rematch, they're gonna have to change the terms. He said he already said that he not doing that no more. He ain't just happy to fight. I was a champion when you came. I'm a champion when you left, and we're gonna have to renegotiate if you want to fight again. But I don't think
he basically was saying it's in his favor now.
Yeah,
I
'cause they
don't think
shitted all over
Canelo is
him.
in a hurry to fight. I don't think Canelo is in a hurry for that rematch.
Hey, here's the thing about it is Bivol only hydrated up to about 181 and 182. I think it was 183. Something like that.
It was 185.
Yeah, he was right in that range. So it ain't like this dude, like the narrative that this dude was so big, man. Get out of here, man. That's it. You didn't get bodied. It wasn't like us watching Fandor fighting Lubin. You got it outboxed, bro. Like you got outboxed.
Hey,
I was enjoying seeing Bivol dart in and out and drop the 1, 2, 3, 4, bounce back out, make it miss. And
he was
follow up
fighting
with
on the
some
inside.
more.
Once he got used to that power, did you see those exchanges?
Yeah.
He was down for the smoke. I was like, dang, that's when I was like, they can't rob him. He put in way too much work.
Bivol was that slick. Oh, go ahead.
Canelo ain't never had a fucking rematch on thing, has he?
Yeah, GGG.
Triple G. Yeah, that's the only one.
That's the only one.
About that one. Yeah,
any other one, if he beat you, he just kept it moving. I feel like Bivol should keep it moving.
Somebody say
they gonna give him no belts.
He got robbed anyway. GGG should have won that first fight. Some might say. I thought I settled for a draw for GGG winning.
Bivol went out there and fought like that slick black fighter that everybody say Canelo was afraid of. To me,
yeah,
he did. He really did. And I just want to say, go ahead.
All right. D-Lo
Now, hold
say,
on. Let me say this real quick.
go ahead.
We talking about Bivol got the slick black style. We got to understand that there is a correlation. Well, not a coordination, but there is a connection between that Russian boxing and the Cubans. It was a Eastern European that started the Cuban boxing school. Andrei Shevchenko. That's who started that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they got a little history of putting some shit down. So I
man.
wasn't too surprised, you know what I'm saying? And then when we look at like the AIBA World Championships, them motherfuckers right high on the list with gold and silver and bronze medals. I think they like maybe number 2. I think Cuba number 1, Russia number 2, and the United States like number 3.
Boxing knowledge you only hear on the corner.
Ooh, good cut.
Hey man, y'all, I've been saying that too. I said that I went back in some old videos, and I've been saying we've been doing this shit for a long time, and we practically changed the dynamic and the algorithm. Motherfuckers practically stole it. That blow by blow is all us. Nobody was doing that.
That's a
You know,
Yeah,
fact.
you guys were exploding when that's why I said it, salute to the corner, man, because when y'all was like you said, that algorithm was set for y'all because be honest, you put that in there, you guys popped up first. And then like I said, there was times I remember, there was y'all the super chats were flowing in, there was a bunch of people, and then the haters hit you with the strike. And the way YouTube is, once that happens, you get dropped so far down the list. Anybody that just puts that shit in their towel, even if it's no good, it ain't no quality. I be watching some of the stuff like, dude, you can't, like Trey's skill set is way, blow by blow, and you say, oh, left hand. Oh, Bivol moves. Left hand again. Like, what thinking like, man, I'm about to fall asleep in here.
So you've been going to somebody else's channel watching blow by blow, huh?
yeah,
What?
they,
No, because you gotta check it to really see if these dudes.
hey, no, I was just saying that I was just saying that to say that we came a long way, man. We came a long way. Like,
That's what I'm saying, man. Salute to the corn because I've been listening to y'all for, if anything, this to speak on the corn period is like y'all revive my passion for the game because you guys is real and it's good to speak to people that actually understand the game. Me representing the champ Ross, number 5, I had to throw that in there real quick. You know what I'm saying?
And like Trey was saying too, we've been consistent. We ain't changed, ain't moved off our square, even with the hate, even with the bullshit. We still just, addressed and moved the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Like some grown men. We right here today. You know what I'm saying? Chill.
Yeah, let me get up in here.
Go ahead.
High feet.
That damn hyphy, man. What's up, bro?
Yeah. Well, go on. Hey, anybody notice the whole goddamn fight? Every goddamn, whether it be just one punch or a combination, everything Bivol do, he always start with the left hand.
Yeah, that's that motherfucking jab hand.
So that's that league hand education I'll be talking about too. That's why I like fighters like Joe Brown and I like fighters like Barney Ross. You know what I'm saying? Because they go out there and start off with a jab, finish with a jab, like Marlo said. Or just finish with that lead hand, period. Because if you finish with the right hand, you kind of out of position where you got to get yourself back in your proper stance. But if you finish your combination with the jab or the hook, you already got yourself back in position in your stance. You see what I'm saying? So that's a big thing for me when I see that shit.
I remember after Shakur and Valdez fought, I said that this could look the Canelo Bivol fight could look a lot like that fight, except Bivol might not be the boxer that Shakur is, and Canelo might be a little better than Valdez, but I think Bivol goddamn proved me wrong.
Very, very.
Yeah, we serving you crow, goddamn me.
Oh man,
listen to the
I
breakdown.
appreciate it.
Start listening to
Hey.
the breakdowns, man. When we get them breakdowns, man, start listening.
Look at y'all. Y'all high fly
didn't I
this week.
give Marlo a pick the other
Thank
week?
you.
Hold on.
Marlo, look
Hey, hold
at
on,
you,
hold
man.
on,
You
time
gonna
out,
have
yo.
1 week,
Didn't I
bro.
say, didn't I say, listen to the breakdown? It don't have to be mine, brother. You gotta listen. That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
You just
It
gotta
could be
listen.
mine. It could be okay. You're right.
It could be mine. It could be yours. I listen to y'all like, oh shit. I said, okay, I see what the fuck these niggas talking about. Let me go change my goddamn pick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
He practicing what he preaching. I respect that.
Yes, sir, brother.
And after we done that, when we talked about the fights on the Champ Ross, there are a couple of fights on the Champ Ross I wanted to talk about. We talked about 2 of them already a little bit, Charlo and Castano, even though I didn't really give my take on that one.
Yeah, you was
Clayton,
late, bro.
Kovalev and Pulev. Pulev and Forrest, the Pulev brothers fight this coming up weekend. I think Canelo, not Canelo, but Kovalev, I think he about to go out there and get a devastating, massive ass whooping on Saturday. I think he done hung around the sport a little too long.
Crusher?
I think he should have I think he should have retired after the Canelo fight. I think that should have been a cash out. You got your money, you done had a solid career. You ain't the Crusher no more. You got action to go into the Hall of Fame one day. If people look at his resume, it's pretty impressive. I don't see why he hanging around. So he ain't fought since 2019, right? So he going against this guy that's Olympian, bronze medalist. He won the bronze medal basically at cruiserweight as an amateur. It's heavyweight, but in amateurs, you got heavyweight and super heavyweight. He won at heavyweight. So basically like cruiserweight for the amateurs. He 16-0 with 13 knockouts as a pro. You know what I'm saying? And I looked him up, and it do look like he hitting pretty hard. He's 39 years old, so he kind of up there. But I still like the amateur background, the bronze medal in the Olympics. I like the power that he got. I looked at his style. He got a brother that's a decorated amateur and shit, so he come from a fighting family. I think he's going to go out there and beat the complete brakes off of Kovalev. Just looking at Kovalev's frame, I just don't know if he's going to be strong at cruiserweight. So when y'all get to that fight on the Chan Ross, y'all might want to lean towards picking Kovalev to get his ass knocked the fuck out.
Hey, what kind of amateur background Kovalev have?
Kovalev was like 192 and 20. I don't know what all won, but he got a pretty good background up under him though. You know what I'm saying? But that work against you when you start getting older. Like when you're younger, I look at the amateur background as all positive. But once you start getting older, that's wear and tear. Kovalev like 37 or some shit right now. His opponent 39, but he don't have the professional wear and tear as Kovalev. He's 16-0 13 knockouts. He ain't getting knocked the fuck out by Alvarez and Andre Ward and Canelo. He ain't been through all that. He the fresher fighter. So and he the naturally bigger fighter. I think he about to go out there and devastating. They gonna have to carry Kovalev out fucking around.
Do he drink? Do he be on that sauce?
Kovalev?
Well, you know how they do over there. You know how they do, man. I don't know. You might sip a little vodka and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Kovalev got wear and tear from that damn Hennessy.
Yeah, I think he gonna get his ass knocked the fuck out. And then there was another fight too, y'all. His brother Pulev, he fighting against this guy named Jerry Forrest. Pulev, y'all know he like 41 years old. He just turned 41. He coming off a long layoff. He ain't fought since 2020. You know what I'm saying? And he coming off a knockout loss to Joshua. And he going against Jerry Forrest. Jerry Forrest had 2 fights in 2021, so he been more active. And he had one fight against that Olympian, Michael Hunter, and he had another fight against that other Olympian, Zali Zong or something like that. That 39-year-old southpaw with all that power. And he got a draw in both fights. Against Zong, he got dropped 3 times in the fight, and he still got a draw. This dude might be chomping at the bits, man. It looked like he got some decent power, and he got some toughness, too, because when he was getting dropped, he was jumping up. Like, he got that bravado, like that Trevor Barrett, even that Kubrat Pulev. You know how he is. He get dropped, and he want to jump up and show you he ain't hurt. This dude is very tough, man. He a southpaw, too. I won't be surprised if he go out there and upset Pulev. I'm not saying that's my official pick, but I am leaning towards that motherfucker. Like I said, Pulev is 41, coming off a layoff, and he going against somebody that's been on some battle-tested type shit lately. I think he chomping at the bits for a victory. He done got close 2 times and came up short with draws.
Listen,
I think he's going to fight hard.
I actually saw the Jerry Forrest Michael Hunter fight. Jerry Forrest won that fight. Michael Hunter is the house fight. They was on Fight TV or whatever that is. A Triller. Michael Hunter, the house fighter over there. They gave him that fight. Jerry Forrest won that fight.
I read that. I didn't actually see the fight. I looked for footage of it, but I couldn't find it. But I did read that people was feeling like Forrest won that fight.
It's on, ain't it on Triller again? Some of these fights is on Triller this weekend, right?
I don't even know, man.
It says Triller. I mean, there's fights on every. I mean, the Showtime cards are the best, but it got fights on the Zone, Triller, and So
I will say this: Pulev, he came off a long layoff and he beat Hughie Fury. But Fury I don't think he punched like this guy Jerry Forrest. I think Forrest punched harder than him, and he a southpaw. I think that's gonna be tough. Like you 41, you coming off a layoff, and you going against a southpaw. It just sounds like a bad combination for Pulev. You know what I'm saying? So I expect him to be a sizable favorite. He probably be like a 5-1 favorite or better. But
You lock it in?
I'm not officially yet.
Damn.
But some thoughts need to be looked at for Jared Forrest getting upset in this fight. That's just a heads up for y'all on the channel, Ross. You know what I'm saying? I just thought I'd come in with a couple of fights to put on the radar. Every week I'll come in here with about 4 fights. And we got 15 fights on the channel, Ross, this week too, man. So I'm happy about that. The more fights, the better, in my opinion. I told Channel Ross, nigga, if you can, drop 30 fights, goddamn, because the more fights that we pick, the more separation that we can get on the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro. When like I said last week, I'm glad we're gonna have more fights this week because I'm slowly itching up. I see you slide up, but you leapfrog me. I was like, but that's what's up. We holding down the bottom. We got to go ahead and get those top 2-3 spots right now.
Except for Gil Cole, my man slid all the way out the top 5 to number 18. Goddamn, yeah. Gil Cole, come back, bro.
Wow.
He picked every fight wrong. I was like, what the like? I'll call him and I'm gonna help him out this week because we need to get him back. And Duquesne too, man. I don't know where he fell out.
I only picked one loser. It's just I kept on fucking up on the method of victory, so I kept on getting 5s instead of 10s.
Talking all that shit, y'all both gonna need them motherfucking you and Gil gonna need them pro sound drops in the background.
Tell him again.
Who? You talking about me?
Hey, Marlo gave me some more confidence. Though,
hey, play it again, motherfucker. Talk about me. Play it again.
I looked up, man.
Hey, Marlo gave me some confidence because when I looked in the Discord, people off in there talking shit, and Marlo just said one line. He said, man, Bivol about to beat the shit out of Canelo and just left it at that. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, my nigga. Who is that with all that crazy background?
Hey, I'll be loving them kind of fights though, Trey, because them to be the ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them be the ones. Just gotta wait and see. Motherfuckers be thinking, motherfuckers be hating.
Yep, square visit. Salute to my boy Eric R. My boy Eric R. He off in that Channel Ross top 10 with us too, man. We can't forget about him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I want to say another fight. Another fight to look out for is that Delphine Persoon versus Lim Mekhaled, because she a prospect. She coming up. She out there fighting with the zone and everything, but she ain't really got that much power. But she's supposed to be able to box real good, and you know how Persoon just gonna come at you with steady pressure. So this is a huge step up for her. So
yeah, Persoon got a lot of experience, man. That's gonna be a tough fight.
His opponent got an amateur background though that I had read.
Yeah,
I did take a look at him. But goddamn, it's hard to go against Persoon when you see them 5 stars on BoxRec gleaming on your motherfucking ass. Right. I swear, I think I gotta go with Persoon, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be one to watch.
I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised if that boy Clayton go out there and fuck around and go the distance against Boots. Watch what I tell you. Well, I can't say for sure, but I think he
gonna be looking like what's his face when he get done though? Lubin.
I don't think so. I think he got some pretty good defense and he got good legs, like you like to always say. Motherfucker get out there and move. He don't stand in front of you like a Thomas Delorme. He fight in a circle. He a more sophisticated fighter than somebody like Delorme and Lipingas. I thought he beat Lipingas. I thought he got robbed in that fight.
How many rounds they going?
12. I think we got a chance to find out something about Boots. He ain't never went 12. He ain't never went 7.
Yeah, he went 9.
He has never been past 6.
Bro, he went 9.
With who?
Who would go 9? With who? I looked on the BoxRec.
Some Haitian cat.
I looked on the BoxRec, bro. I think he tripped.
You read something wrong.
Yeah,
that wasn't Boots Ennis. That was
Trey.
Boots Williams.
That was Prince Hakeem.
Hey, Trey.
What's up?
Yeah, Castillo. So he out there in Vegas right now.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It was 6.
He training with Donaire. Nonito Donaire.
Who was Castillo, bro?
Clayton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's who he out there training with. And like I said, it seemed like a little bit of snippet of somebody that was out there getting an interview. I'm telling you, they talking about Boots like Boots not even on their level. Like they looking at this fight like it's like a breeze.
I heard you say that. That's what when I jumped on, I was like, I like that attitude instead of going in scared. It might be maybe they're going in overconfident, maybe, but I like that better than going in afraid of the motherfucker.
Yeah, they kept saying that like his jab, they saying like if you just look up a boxing dictionary and you look up jab, you're gonna see his face up there, and he like, man, don't nobody in boxing got a better jab than me.
Yeah, and then this another thing I had saw. I know this an old school cat, but I did watch Clayton going against what's the name of the southpaw that gave Mayweather some trouble back in the day. I think he's still active to this day. He got a bunch of kids and shit. Chop Corley.
Chop Corley.
Yeah, I was watching Clayton against Chop, and I was noticing that he was able to counterpunch against the southpaw. He coming right over the top of the jab with jabs of his own, coming over the top with the hook and lead right hand, just textbook the way you fight against the southpaw. So if Boots in and switch in the fight, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal because the man got an amateur background. Like if you Clayton, you 105 and 14, and you going against a motherfucker that was like 58 and 3. Why shouldn't you think you can beat him? What makes him so special? Because he been fighting these low-level motherfuckers in the pros, so he unbeatable all of a sudden. It's like that Canelo syndrome. We looking at this man as being unbeatable against who? These little bitty dudes. The best dude he done fought has been Thomas Delorme, 140 and 2 as an amateur, but he a blown up lightweight. Like who are we basing this invincibility on? You know what I'm saying? So if I'm Clayton, I think I got action, nigga. I'm a deeper amateur background, all that. It's who he been beating on the international level? What AIBA World Championship he done won? He ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I think Clayton should feel like that.
Hey, I second that too, man, because I feel that you guys know how I feel about Boots. And it's not that I don't like the dude, but I really feel like he's unproven. I think really like if you think about it, this is like these dudes are maybe you could say on the same level. Because I think Clayton the guy did kind of like Rashidi Ellis, kind of like he gets put on a shelf, he don't get enough work, and it's just like this. He might see this as this is my opportunity to finally set all this straight. I'm gonna go in here and get this dude. Like you said, how Bivol was looking at Canelo, like, what? Look at it. Okay, what y'all? This dude's beatable. I got the skills. They can do it. And that's a good camp over there with Donaire and them, man. I seen Donaire and them talking there at night. That's a real good camp over there.
But I'm gonna tell you who came to my mind though, Kim folk. That's Nicholas Walters. You know how they did him, put him on the shelf and shit, and then he come off the shelf and fight Lomachenko, and we ain't heard from him since. I kind of get them vibes with Clayton. The motherfucker don't get the work and shit, the activity, and then he get the big fight, but he coming off a fucking layoff because he coming off a layoff right now. I still like I like the confidence, but he's still coming off a layoff. So even right now, he's not getting his best opportunity to put his best foot forward. But still, with the amateur background and shit, I think he should have some confidence in himself. He might still get his ass whooped, but I think he should have some confidence, though. Goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Boots passed the eye test for a lot of people, but he hasn't passed the distance in the fight. We haven't got a chance to see what his gas tank really looked like or anything. So, if this dude could carry him into the deep waters, you know, we might get a chance to see if he can overcome some adversity if he shows up in the fight.
That being
he
said,
still hasn't been hit yet, man. That's what I'm saying. What's his gas tank like?
Trey X, and social scientists to pick Clayton on the goddamn Tent Ross for me so I can get back up in this motherfucking race.
No, I
where
think
where you at right now?
Yeah, I wouldn't pick a guy coming off a layoff. I can't do that.
He want us to sabotage
I'm in the middle of the pack, brother. Like I'm always is, man.
Hey.
Middle of the pack, man.
Normally I would talk mess about it, but I didn't ate so much crow this week. I can't even give myself no love. But next week when I'm back on top, I'll be back in here talking shit again.
Yeah,
I think we all was tied for 4th place.
No, me and you was tied for 4th place. Maybe one more person or somebody. I know me and you was tied for 4th place.
Yeah, I know me and you was up there.
Hey, quick plug to a friend of the channel, L-Dub Boxing. He the one who had recorded the Castillo Clayton his last fight, which was in like December. So yeah, he had a fight. It wasn't televised, but yeah, he had a fight, and it's up on YouTube now.
But that was like a year ago though, bro. So even since that fight, he's coming off a layoff. He has had one fight since he fought Lipinets. Just one fight since Lipinets. And look, before Lipinets, he was coming off a 9-month layoff. So he had a 9-month layoff, then he fought Lipinets. Then he had another layoff and fought this guy with all these losses and shit. Then he had another layoff, and now he about to fight against Bruce Ennis. The man been fighting one time a year. You know what I'm saying? If you look at his box record, you see like one fight 2019, one fight 2020, one fight 2021. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he had 2 in 2020, but one was in January.
And when was the other one?
October.
That's a layoff, ain't it? 10 months?
Yep.
9 months. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go look at his box record because I'm just talking off the top of my head because I really looked at that shit last night, but I know that he got some hell of a layoffs in his career. And it also got me thinking too, maybe he's used to the layoffs and that maybe that won't affect him. But for the most part, layoffs ain't good for a fighter.
So he Gary Russell Jr.
No, he's not.
Nah,
Yeah,
me,
that's the thing.
layoff.
Yeah.
King,
Gary
I
Russell
don't know if
will
you should be doing a whole bunch of talking right now because
MZT, you got one pick right. You talk about number 5 in the champ.
Hold on.
No one picking fights right.
That's more than what I got wrong right now. I can tell you
You
that.
low-key a Bud fan, so you need to get out of here.
Oh, did you just do that? No, you didn't just say I was no Bud fan. Mr. Canelo can't lose, you know. He can't lose.
You let all these crows loose in my house, man.
That's
my
right.
kids
I
in
sent
here
them
crying
through the
and
chimney.
shit.
I hope everybody's scared.
Hey, King of
King
King harboring crows.
Pick them up. Crow smuggling ring.
Hold on. LOL cinnamon got dusted. Hold on, don't you be trying.
That sound like some shit.
Too.
That sound like some shit. Gil Cosby into with all the shit he got going on. The crow smuggling.
He be 3D printing crows.
Yeah, crows. He want to dissect the crow, 3D print the crow a new leg and shit. Yeah.
Made out liquid metal.
Got that organic crow. The motherfuckers organic fed crows.
Hey, they only get to eat grass and natural.
That's that good crow. That's that free range crow, nigga.
Hey, what's them cows out there in Japan or whatever, wherever they at, the motherfuckers.
They want to get massaged.
Wait, they got cruelty-free crow now?
No, the ones they high ass steaks.
The ones that get massaged and stuff.
Talking about the wasabi. I mean, the one that starts. I forgot how to say it.
Yeah, them Kobe.
Kobe.
We got them Kobe crows.
Hey, let me look in the chat a little bit. Big Boy Boxer said one great fight to watch also this weekend is Williams Zepeda versus Rene Alvarado. Yeah, I was looking at that fight too. He said Alvarado does have 11 losses, but he is kill or be killed like Jazora. Yeah, I picked him to get killed too. I think Alvarado gonna knock his ass the fuck out. That motherfucker Alvarado like 25-0, 23 knockouts. I think I saw like an amateur background or something for him too. So I definitely picked him to go out there and knock the motherfucker out. I don't remember how many rounds though. Taking Zepeda. D'Lo said Delorme landed a shot on Boots that he needs to learn from because it could have been a fight ender. I'm sure he will make the correction side of the team, which you must be talking about one of them looping right hands he had landed. Big Boys Boxing said Boots had some flaws and Clayton is good, but with no power. I think Boots will fall back on his athleticism and knock out Clayton in 7. So he got it in 7. I got 9 on the Chan Ross, but I don't be surprised if I change my pick to a decision, man. But for the most part, when fighters come off layoffs, they get their ass knocked the fuck out. So that's why I was thinking KO 9. Winston Lee said they put waiters on cards, then pull them off the day of the fights. Who the fuck is? Are you talking about Nicholas Walters? Yeah, man, they done Nicholas Walters wrong, man. Had the man come off a layoff and fight Lomachenko, and we ain't heard from the man since, man. D'Lo said, yeah, they wrong for that shit. D'Lo said Clayton fought in December, 10 rounds. So his last fight was in December. Okay, so he was coming off of layoffs, and now he done had that fight against that motherfucker, and now it was just 5 fights ago. Okay. But still, though, I think it's like, what is that, like 1 fight in 2 years or some shit? I got to go look at the box record. I know it's not a lot of activity. Eric R says Shelf versus Sharp as shit. I got who I got. Shelf versus sharp as shit. Oh, you talking about motherfucker coming off the shelf and somebody that's sharp as shit. I got who I got. Yeah, we gotta pick Boots, man. I don't think that we can pick Clayton. It's just the method of victory. Is he gonna get his ass knocked the fuck out, or do we got action that going 12 rounds? And
So
what?
you advocating for this man, but you saying it's a
No,
matter of how he gonna lose.
no, but that was my whole argument though. It was never that he can win. It was can he go the distance? Like
Oh.
like Jerron Ennis down there, everybody on the channel Ross gonna pick him by knockout. Everybody. And one of the ways that I done my thing in the channel Ross is finding them times where everybody think it's gonna be a knockout, and I see the guy going the distance. So I'm just letting y'all know. Don't be surprised. This dude is pretty durable, and he got legs and shit. He don't stand in front of you. He can get out there and get on that bicycle. He fight in a circle. He got a good jab. He can counterpunch you a little bit. And when you got a guy that can do that, he can buy himself enough time by discouraging his opponent from going out on a full-fledged attack on him. That can make the fight go longer than what you was anticipating. That's what I'm trying to say. It might not be a 7-round knockout, it might go the 11 or go the distance.
Boots got a lot of legs about catching people too, though.
But we only seen it for 6 rounds. If a motherfucker can get past the storm, the early storm, we don't know what's gonna happen after that. Because he throw a bunch of punches and he throw all them hoes hard too, bro. Boots throw lightning fast. He jump in, each, then he come right back. Each, then he come right back. Each, then he switch stances. Each, and then he come. That's how you fight. It's real frantic, bro. It's kind of amateurish in a way if you think about it.
I was about to say that it's so frantic. It's unstable. You could say it's dynamic, but it's just like all over the place. It's like I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do that. I'm like, damn, settle in. Do one thing or the other. And maybe, like you said, maybe a Clayton could frustrate him enough to maybe him overcommitting. It might he might tire it out a little bit. I don't know. I've never seen him go so far, so we don't know what the gas tank is like.
That's all I want to see, bro. If he can do that shit for 12 rounds, like Earl Spence throw a bunch of punches and fight at a high pace. If he can go 12 rounds and sustain that, hey, I'm with it. But I have to see you prove it first. And I think we have an opportunity to see him go some rounds and see what his gas tank look like after 6 rounds for the first time.
Well, here's the thing. When he fought that Abreu dude, they only went 6 rounds. But Boots slowed down. He had slowed down when he knocked that dude out. He caught him with a little uppercut. It was a pretty-ass uppercut, but he had already slowed down and stopped moving so much.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's a combination of the moving and the punching.
Yeah,
like he using energy both ways. I just want to see it, man. I'm very interested. D-Lo said Boots last fought in October. All right, that's what's up. Boots been fighting like twice a year. Eric R said, damn, Clayton like a PBC fighter with that schedule. Yeah, square business. Salute to Winston Lee. Big E in the building. What's going down with Maestro, man? Say salute to the fam. Big boy boxer said, I know you don't like Yoka, but I got him beating McCauley on points. It's not that I don't like Yoka, bro. I just feel like he got away with he got a gift in the Olympics. I think Ergovich, somebody go on mute, whoever doing that clicking in my ear. I thought that the class of the Olympics was Philip Ergovich. I thought Ergovich got the short end of the stick when he fought against the Juggernaut. What's the Juggernaut name? I can't
Joe
think
Joyce.
Joe Joyce. And I felt like Joe Joyce, I thought he beat Tony Yoka in the final round. I thought he should have won gold. And I felt like Yoka should have got silver. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that I feel like he overrated. I don't think he deserved that gold medal. But like I said, I felt like Philip Ergovich was the class of that Olympics. And out of this young group of heavyweights, I think he has the most potential. Philip Ergovich. That's what I think. But yeah, I'm with you though. I'm taking Yoka, but I think he gonna knock McCauley out. McCauley don't have the amateur background like Yoka. He gonna go out there and get his ass knocked the fuck out. I ain't trying to give up all my Chan Ross picks, but yeah, I'm taking Yoka by knockout. D-Lo said Boots looks the goods. Let's just not get carried away and act like he is cutting through motherfucker like G-Man during his rise. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for Boots' ability. I think he is very, very talented. I think he the best athlete in the game. You know what I'm saying? But I just know that explosive shit is hard to sustain for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time when we see them explosive motherfuckers, they fizzle out. Like I think about somebody like Anthony Yard. Like he very explosive, but it's hard for him to go the distance and win fights. The longer the fight goes, the worse it is for him. If Boots start fighting these guys that's good at a high level, like let's say Stanionis, for example, good fighter, but also got a good gas tank. I think it's a potential that Boots can be in trouble once he gets late in the fight. I think it's a chance that somebody like Stanionis might even stop him. And this ain't no new shit that I've been saying, because I actually always had Stanionis ranked ahead of him because I had more respect for his opponents that he's faced over the strength of schedule from Boots. Boots been fighting a whole bunch of fucking cab drivers. He just not getting to the point where he fighting some decent guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that last fight Stanios had is better than any fighter that Boots got on his record, bottom line. So
yeah, even the fucking Southpaw, the old ass Southpaw was a better fighter than a lot of them guys that Boots been fighting. The Southpaw that fought against Cotto them back in the day. The one that hurt Keith Thurman with the looping left hand to the body and had him running.
It starts with a C. Damn it.
I can't.
Riverside Rocky.
No.
He from Florida, bro.
The bald headed Southpaw with all the tattoos.
He got power. Yeah, he got
Collazo.
Yeah, Collazo. Shit, I respect Collazo more than them folks that Ennis been fighting. Collazo gonna come fighting like a motherfucker, even though he was a little older. You know what I'm saying? Well, I meant D'Lo said, I always say I am not sure if Boots will flame out like Amir Imam and Andre Darrell, or be more like a young Andre Ward, maybe somewhere in between. He don't have the pedigree as Andre Ward, though. You know what I'm saying? Andre Ward, Olympic gold medalist and shit. I think his amateur background, like what, 105-5 or some shit like that. Olympic gold medal. I don't think he cut from the same cloth as Andre Ward. But we'll see though, man. I mean, he a Philadelphia fighter. He definitely matched what a Philadelphia fighter is, and that's a great offensive fighter. That's what they known for. That's one reason why they probably didn't get behind some fighters that was more defensive, like a Bernard Hopkins, like they like some other fighters, because they just love the offense out there in Philly. And he got the offense. The motherfucker throw a bunch of punches. That shit explosive. It looks impressive. But I just want to see late in the fight. Exactly. Big boy. That's all it is. Big Boys Boxing said he agree. Joe Joyce. D'Lo said, I hope Joyce never wears that silly helmet to the ring again. His team ain't shit for that. I actually love that, bro. That was like one of my favorite ring entrances of all time. To see that man coming that bitch as the juggernaut, bro. I love that shit. And I think it fits him too. That's why I loved it too, man. He is a worthy juggernaut. He's impervious to pain. I swear one of the fights I want to see is him versus Wilder. I want to see the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. I know he's there to be hit. I know Wilder can catch the motherfucker. I just want to see, can he eat them hoes? Because he might be able to, man. Joe Joyce has a hell of a chin, man. I love that.
Yeah, he got an iron grill, bro. Straight up. When he, like you said, that juggernaut, that looked perfect. Even when the braids in his hair and everything, that man, that was the shit. Y'all hating if you think that helmet wasn't tight.
Yeah, that shit did look like one of the best Family Dollar costumes that you used to get back in the day.
It is what it is, though.
Hey man, you can't spend a lot of money on that. When he get bigger, he'll get a bit better costume.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Marlo. You got the point, though, didn't you? I swear I was thinking the same thing. Big Boy Boxer said, but Coley has a hell of a chin. The Hunter stoppage was really due to a shoulder injury. I'm glad that man said that, because I did not do my homework, man. God damn, I'm glad that man said that, man.
Shout out to Ernest Davis. Salute, bro.
I might have to change my pick. I'm gonna go look into the shit, though, man. But I'm glad you said that, bro. And he ain't got that deep amateur background, so he probably got a lot of tread on the tires where he can take some punches. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm probably gonna go with Yoka by decision. Appreciate that. Yeah, I see y'all talking about Collazo. Eric Carson, Collazo fought Shane Mosley too back in the day before Thurman. Shit, he'd have been out there with every goddamn body, man. Collazo went out there and knocked out Victor Ortiz, the upset. I had compared that motherfucker to Ryan Fitzpatrick in football. Every time you count him out, he come into the game and put up 40 on your ass and upset your favorite team. If he the backup of the team that you betting against, You scared to death when the starter go down because Fitzmagic about to cover that bitch and throw 3-4 touchdowns on your ass, nigga, and throw a party on you. That's how I feel about Collazo. Collazo, you don't want to see him as a late replacement or some shit. Everybody done counted him out, think he ain't got nothing left. He'll come in that bitch and put on a hell of a performance. At least scare you to death, like he did with Keith Thurman. Had that motherfucker break out running in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? See, I got respect for Collazo, man. He get out there with anybody. D'Lo said Ward supposedly hadn't lost a fight since he was like 7 years old. I know he was something different. Yeah, it was 12 years old. But that's still very impressive, though. He ain't lost a fight since he was 12. Eric R said, I'm from Pennsylvania. I love Beat Hop, not over Roy, but I rock with him. I was just listening to like some historians and shit break down Philadelphia fighters. And plus, I got family in Philadelphia, too. I got a cousin that's kind of like a Philadelphia boxing historian. Like whenever I talk to him, he be talking to me about all these Philadelphia fighters that I ain't never even heard of. But he said that he didn't feel like Bernard Hopkins got the same amount of love as some of the other more offensive type of fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like Meldrick Taylor and shit. He didn't say that name, but that's the name that just came to my mind. You know what I'm saying? But you know, y'all love that offensive shit out there. D'Lo said, that helmet could have been better designed. It didn't look right. I mean, it didn't look perfect. I mean, it looked like it was too big and shit, but at the same time, I got the message. I got the point, like Marlo said. Winston Lee said, chin, that ninja has a head on him. Yeah, man. Like, even when I saw him in the World Series of Boxing, he didn't have all the weight that he has now. He was like a more slim Joe Joyce, and he was taking punches over there. He was fighting Usyk hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. And this man is eating all this shit. I looked at him in the amateurs. Whatever they was hitting him with, he was eating that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, this dude got a chin, man. And I would love to see him versus Wilder. Eric R said Joe Joyce versus Wilder is Juggernaut versus Colossus, huh? D'Lo said Joyce may be able to walk through them bombs, but I don't want Joyce eating Wilder right hands. Older Joe Joyce can thank me later. That's square business. I just want to see if he can do it. I mean, he a prize fighter. Shit, yeah, let's see you in a prize fight. That's an intriguing fight to me. I don't see none of y'all saying it's a bullshit fight, so I think y'all halfway in agreement with me that's intriguing. Hyphy, what you think about that? You think that's an intriguing fight, Wilder versus Joe Joyce, or you think that's some bullshit?
Nah, I'm just gonna I don't like it. You know, it's just I just look at Wilder like he retired. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that, but I saw a video the other day and they was asking him about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, and he was in the gym. And he was it looked like he had been in that bitch working too. So I thought that was a pretty good sign that he probably gonna continue with his career, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I started thinking about potential matchups. Because it was several people saying, like, who should Wilder fight next? And I'm thinking, shit, I think Joe Joyce is a fight that he can potentially win. I think he should be the favorite in the fight, as a matter of fact. And I think he'll get some respect for it. He'd be the first person to beat him, especially if he knock him out. First person to go out there and knock out the unstoppable juggernaut. Somebody about to say something?
Yeah, that's a life-changing fight, bro. If Wild, like what's his name said, he gonna think of that. That would be. But I love George Joyce. You know, of all the UK fighters, he's the one that I actually really like. He's hard nosed. The dude, people talk shit about how slow he is, but he fought all up on the PBC, all kind of difficult fights. He got a great jab and that chin, man. And he got good fundamental. I just like his fighting style. I like him, period. So yeah, that'd be an excellent matchup, bro.
I liked him too, man. And I went out there and picked Daniel Dubois over him after knowing that Joe Joyce was whooping his ass in sparring. And I still picked against him and shit, trying to be safe. You know what I'm saying? I like Joe Joyce, man. Eric R said, well, man, D-Lo said Juggernaut versus Apocalypse, huh? Eric R said Collazo Truth Serum punch is probably what made Keith leery of the young Earl. Well, I think I don't think he liked the body shots, period. So, yeah, I don't think it even took that. He know what time it is. Yeah, that wasn't his first time taking a hard body shot. Yeah, that motherfucker, Sean Porter had his ass out there running for his life when he took a left hook to the body in that fight. D-Lo said, Joe Joyce's face looks hard and durable, Yeah, that's another good point. I see him taking punches, but his features hold up well. Like I don't see him out there knotted up and swelling and cut up and looking like Oscar Valdez after a fight. You know, like I said, you can thump that motherfucker. It look like he can fought 10 rounds. This
Yeah, he
guy
got good
Joyce,
bone structure, man. You can see the bone structure in his face. Like that motherfucker look like he wearing an iron goddamn helmet, like straight up.
yeah, like they got this other boy. He from like New Mexico. I can't remember his name, but D-Lo, like we were calling the fight. We like, man, this motherfucker need the whole pit crew to work on his face in between rounds. Joe Joyce ain't like that. His features hold up in the fight. And that's good too for the judges, man. The judges don't want to see you out there looking fucked up. They'll give the round to your opponent. Big Boys Boxing said, if you need any info like that on top 50 or 60 current heavyweights, feel free to hit me up. It's my thing. Hence the channel name, goddamn. Oh, so you got a channel. I ain't even know you did content, man. This motherfucker got 1,000 subscribers. I just subscribed to you. Yeah, I'm gonna come fuck with you, man. I definitely didn't know that shit. That'd be a big thing too. Yeah, that'd be a big thing too, man, that you got to consider going into them fights. Like if a person got a knockout on their record, you got to go see what happened. Like when Liam Williams, when he fought against Chris Eubank Jr., Liam Williams had a knockout loss going into that fight. And I was thinking I'm going to take Eubanks Jr. by stoppage. But then I looked into it and I saw that he got stopped on cuts. It wasn't like he was getting concussed and knocked the fuck out. So that made me change my pick. I'm going with Eubanks by decision, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a big thing. D-Lo said, I would love to see Joe Joyce versus Wilder. I don't want him blocking punches from Wilder with his face, though, goddamn. I want to see how it's going to hold up, man. The D-Lo over there feeling a lot of compassion for his fellow man and shit. Say you don't want to see him go through all that. Hey, you a prize fighter. I want to see it. D-Lo said Espinoza said Wilder will return this year on Showtime. All right. Yeah, I definitely saw him in the gym working, man. I'm just interested in who his comeback opponent gonna be. But it's probably gonna be a showcase fight, though. They probably gonna have him come back and knock out somebody, knock him the fuck out and get him back in the good graces of the fans. Kind of like Danny Garcia. He go out there and get his ass whooped, then they put him in there with Raw Soka, and they pretty much fed Raw Soka to the wolves. He went out there and got his ass knocked the fuck out. I felt kind of fucked up about it at first because it was so devastating, but then I saw that he had that build a wall shit on his trunks. So I was like, fuck that motherfucker Sosa.
Not build the wall.
Yeah, he had that shit on his trunks, bro. He had a wall on his trunks and shit, man. Talking about build a wall. I was glad he got his ass knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, bring him like a Kanaki or something like that, a walking punching bag, and just beat the hell out of him.
The last thing I seen him saying about Wilder was tainted off of what Fury was saying about him getting ready to retire and dropping the belt and having Wilder fight one of these other guys for the WBC strap again. So there's no telling what's in the works for him because he don't ever talk until it's like in concrete already. So
I definitely expect him to be in the showcase fight in his first fight, though. He gonna come back and get a highlight reel knockout on the motherfucker, a Dominic Brazil type guy, get one of them type of knockouts, and then I think people will be excited to see him moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, when's that Ortiz fight coming up? Against the little
Andy
short
Ruiz.
Yeah, when's that coming up? Is that coming up soon?
I don't even know. I've been thinking about that fight a little bit too. Like who I think gonna win. Who you think gonna win that shit?
Man, I hate to even, man. Oh, go ahead, MD.
It's kind of hard to say because I like Andy, but Ruiz is a good not Ruiz, shit. Ortiz is a good fighter, but he do got some his tread on his tires is getting a little thin, I'm thinking.
Why do you think that though?
Well, you're right. Because he older, but he haven't really been getting a lot of fights. So,
and even though he got knocked out, he didn't take sustained punishment. It was like a one shot, one kill type of thing.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at the point of him being knocked out. I had just been looking. I'm just looking at the point that he is older, and Andy is younger than him. Father Time don't lose to nobody, even though he's not getting beat up. Even though he's not getting beat on regularly like that, age do start at some point to play a factor. And seeing that he is a heavyweight and not a little one at that, so
Heavyweights
that's why.
age better than other weight classes, though, historically.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his reflexes and things like that with his age. I could be totally wrong because I like I like him. I wouldn't mind seeing him get a taste of a championship. It'll be a good look.
I put it like this. He coming off that Chris Arreola fight, and him being in his best shape and Arreola being able to do stuff. I think Ortiz, even at this age, is a way better boxer than Arreola is. And a lot of us may look into the Martin fight and think like, oh, maybe Ortiz is done. I think Martin is just a little underrated. I mean, I've seen that dude's actually gotten better. Like that's what like Treyek said. When you think about heavyweights, a dude that's 30 plus something, that's not them dudes are maturing. Like they are actually getting better as they're getting older and they age well. So, I think Martin's gotten better over the years. I mean, we all pulled the AJ. It was some devastating. He got beat up, knocked down. It was just some corny stuff. So, and then Ortiz still basically slept him, had him looking into the ring, searching for Marlo's corner and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, straight up, he's like, what Trey's called the fight?
That motherfucker got knocked back into bondage. That motherfucker said, give us free.
He looked out. He's like, what? Oh, damn, did the check engine light come on, Trey? Trey was like, yes, sir.
I ain't saying he'll lose. I'm just saying that I'm looking at, I'm thinking he's getting a little old.
I think we if you think about it, he's getting a little old. But like I said, Chris was 40 some plus years old, and I think Ortiz will get up for that fight. I think he's going to realize that might be one of his last opportunities, and it's probably one of the few times now he's actually got to get a big fight against one of these dudes. Ruiz does got a knockout victory over Anthony Joshua, so. I don't know. It's gonna be a good fight, man. It's gonna be interesting.
Hey, you know me, man. Amateur background, man. 343-19 coming out of Cuba's Escuela de Boxeo. Man, go ahead and give me Ortiz out here. I done already seen Ruiz go against a guy with a deep amateur background in Arreola. Arreola went out there and dropped his motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I think Ortiz just a better fighter, man. I know he's a little bit older, but I think he got a little tread left on the tires. He ain't been in no knockdown, drag out fights for the most part. The first fight with Wilder was pretty intense. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that probably took some tread off. But the second fight, I don't really think so. He was winning the fight. It wasn't a lot of contact going on. He took one shot like a sniper, and then it was over. You know what I'm saying? I think he got enough to go out here and beat Andy Ruiz. But like OG said, Ruiz is the younger man, and this is a young man's sport. But I think for right now, Ortiz is okay. And he been getting a little bit of activity. Like you said, he coming off the Charles Martin fight and all that shit. I think he got enough to beat this guy. Southpaw too. I don't even know what Ruiz is looking like against Southpaws. I got to go dig into the crates a little bit. I don't know how many fights he had against Southpaw. So I think all of that go.
Okay, I do know that Ruiz is staying in shape. I saw him in his gym in the video, and he looked good. He still looks slim, as slim as he could look. But yeah. Now, I'm just being real. You could tell that he trimmed up. You could see it. So you could see that he must be taking being in the gym serious again because he's not over bloated and all that stuff. So I look forward to seeing the fight, and I will be rooting for.
It's in August. Just to let y'all know, in August.
So when we get a little closer, I'll make my pick. I'll be there, let my mind mull over it enough.
Should be a good one, man. I expect the odds to be close. I expect Ortiz to be the favorite, and it's probably going to be like a minus 185, something like that. It's going to be close. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to jump back up in the chat a little bit. Where the fuck I was at, man? Big Boys Boxing said it's going to be Joyce versus Parker first for WBO mandatory. Joyce versus Parker, huh? Yeah, I think I got Joyce in that one, just looking at it real quick. I know Parker can go out there and box him up a little bit, but I know the Juggernaut, he coming. You know what I'm saying? Big E talking about y'all got hyphy in this bitch, goddamn. Yeah, he'll get on the panel from time to time, talk that shit. D-Lo said Wilder versus Joyce could have lasting adverse effects on both fighters at this point. That is true. I know the Juggernaut coming. Like I said, man, he gonna bring the fight. D-Lo said Wilder needs a softest touch, in my opinion, something like a John. That's why I said that's what I'm expecting, like a soft touch. That's why I called it a showcase fight. Go out there and knock the fuck out of somebody. Big Boy Boxing said like Zong versus Forrest, with Zong suffering from kidney failure. Okay, I ain't even know he suffered from kidney failure in the fight. I do know that he started off hot against Forrest, dropped him like 3 times, and then Forrest got back into the fight and got a draw. So it's because the motherfucker had kidney failure, huh? I still think Forrest got action against this motherfucker Pulev this weekend, though, coming off a long layoff, 41 years old. Eric Gar said, "You right. I look at that Russian heavyweight that pulled out from the Asian 6'6" Zong, and I noticed everyone on his highlight reels didn't punch back. That's usually a red flag to me. You talking about Ergovich? That's the one that I think got action at being the best out of all of them, though. I think he gonna be whooping a whole bunch of ass, man. That's the dude that should have won the gold medal in the Olympics. I think he got fucked over in the Olympics, man. I think he was the best one out that crop. Big Boy Boxer said, appreciate the subs, man. Appreciate you coming through. D-Lo said, Fury just be talking, man. He ain't talking about shit. D-Lo said the motherfucker Croatian, yeah, the Govich Croatian. He like 74 and 15 amateur. Croatian motherfucker. Big Boys Boxing said the Govich pulled out because his father died. Absolutely. Somebody had said that. That might have been you I think that was you that told us that last time in the chat. Big Boys Boxing said the Govich versus Zong would be rescheduled because it was ordered an IBF eliminator. Okay, that's what's up. If you notice, I don't really talk about the belts and shit, man. So anytime y'all got some knowledge about that, drop that shit, because I'm not gonna never talk about it. I don't know who the fuck the eliminator, who the mandatory. I don't be giving a fuck about that shit, man. Who you fought? That's what I care about, goddamn. Eric R said the Wilder get back active actually do some road work. I love him versus Usyk in the near future. This motherfucker like 37, 6'6". I don't see him going out there doing a bunch of road work at this point. Them knees and shit probably hurt like a motherfucker trying to go out there doing some road work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even Wilder size. Hell, my knees and shit be hurting. I'm out there running. I'm 37, but I ain't tall like Wilder, and I still feel that shit in my knees. I don't see that happening, brother.
Yeah, being tall, man, it's hard on your knees, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you don't even have to be doing nothing after a while. Even just sitting down and have your knees hurting. So
that's because your knees probably raggedy.
Now my knees is good, man. You know, MZ. But you know, if I was short like you, it'd probably be better.
6'5" is short.
6'5".
There's nothing wrong with my knees. I can move around real good. You see that?
Because you be getting that, what's that gel stuff? You be getting
Okay. I'll take that with shots fired.
Shit, I'm 41. I got that Bivol stamina on the knees. You feel me?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can bounce in and out great, but you wasn't riding with him last week.
Stop lying.
Hey, y'all can still run miles in the street.
No, I don't run on concrete.
Hell yeah.
I don't run on concrete.
Nah, man. That's what I'm saying. Concrete. Hell no.
I have to go to the track. I got a track by my house, so I got to go find me a field somewhere there. I got to get out that street. You know?
When we meet up, watch these fights, we gonna run some miles.
I like to run sprints. I got a hill by my crib that I will run sprints in the street. You know what I'm saying? But running miles, hell nah. I ain't trying to get out there doing that shit, man. Fuck the miles. We can run some sprints though. Fate or something like that. No, I think I done went down too far. Big Boy Boxer said, gotta go. Damn kids are fighting. I'll catch the rest on archive. Peace, man. Appreciate you coming through. D-Lo said Ruiz tried to get out of the fight, but couldn't. Give me Ortiz, by snoozing, goddamn. So it's gonna be a snooze fest. Fate said Ortiz can hurt Ruiz. I think he can too. I think both of them can hurt each other, but if I was gonna guess on which one would get hurt, I think Ruiz gonna get hurt. Looping left hand or something. Dilo said Ruiz has an identity crisis these days. Fate said Ruiz is in shape. The motherfucker is in some good shape. I give him credit on that. Over there, lifting weights and all that kind of shit. Look like he done sculpted his body a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't no bodybuilding contest. This is a boxing match, and I think he gonna get his ass whooped. He lifted all them weights and went out there and got dropped by Ariola. Eric R said Ortiz tapped into that Julian Jackson power in his last performance. I got the old head. I'm riding with you. We locking in. Form Voltron. Big Boys Boxer said, oh, careful. Ruiz has a habit of posting old photos and make it look like he in shape.
Yeah, wearing a black shirt, taking pictures at an angle. That motherfucker.
Not with his chin down.
Yeah. You know the pictures that them damn girls be taking on Instagram, the damn little pictures you meet the girl in person, like, how the hell do you look skinny in the face and you about 300 pounds?
I bet you had one chin in the picture.
Man, this girl like that at my work that when we was virtual, I came back to work thinking some of these. I'm like, damn, that's some pretty chicks. And I came in and I was like, who are these whales up in? Oh, y'all foul. Y'all taking that camera angle with the phone over the top of your head, you looking up.
Yeah.
You need glasses.
D-Lo said, hey, y'all, my youngest son turned 16 at midnight. Can y'all wish him a happy one in advance? I won't ask over and over like they do the other week, though. Yeah, man. Salute to the son of D-Lo. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Happy birthday to D-Lo's son.
Son, man.
Happy birthday coming up.
To him, man.
Hey, Maestro's birthday is at midnight, too.
Yeah.
Maestro's birthday is at midnight.
Telling me about old enough, he can knock out his old man now.
That's right.
Tell a salute from the corner. Fate say, now he been in videos at the gym recently. He looked like he putting in work, but Ortiz will get knocked down. You think he gonna drop him? He said he think he got the power to hurt him. Pecos Bills, okay, talking to Big Boy. IGM Tim, salute to you. He said, salute fam. IGM is in the house. All right, man. Appreciate you coming through. Welcome to the gym. This is your first time. D-Lo said no, Ruiz will be snoozing. Okay, I got you. D-Lo said Ortiz may catch Ruiz with that hail the cab punch too. Hail the cab. I done got lost, man. I must be dumb as hell. Eric R said happy birthday to the youngin', absolutely. D-Lo said his name is DJ. Yeah, man, happy birthday to DJ, man. And many more to you, you know what I'm saying? Square business. But it's like 10:45 my time. Normally we get off at like 10:30, so you want to go ahead and shut it down, bro?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh, man, we definitely appreciate everybody coming through, man. We got a pretty good weekend of boxing this coming up week, man. Got us some pretty decent fights. Got some intriguing fights. Charlo versus Castano got an undisputed fight. I think we've been doing pretty good as far as the significant boxing matches and stuff here recently with the boxing, man. So I'm happy. I'm energized. Can't wait to call the fight so y'all come through and fuck with us. Y'all want to start on the panel? The Kane, go first.
All right. Hey, shout out to Bruce Lee Bivol going out there and putting them Chinese boxing hands on Canelo. Canelo does not do what he wants. I think Bivol proved that, and that's all I got to say.
Shit, short and sweet. What about you, Pecos?
I'm just glad that I was able to watch Bivol put his hands all on Canelo and touch him, have him all bouncing all up against the rope with that old. He looked like he was having the mind lapse, like he was remembering, like you said, when Floyd had him up against the ropes. He just didn't know what to do. But y'all come mess with me tomorrow, 8:30. I'm going to celebrate Maestro's birthday. I'm going to give DJ some shout-outs. I'm going to just have fun for the corner because it's one of those days.
I ain't even know it was OG birthday, man. Salute to Maestro, man. Happy birthday to you, OG.
At midnight.
Happy birthday, Maestro.
Yeah. Hey, last but not least, King of the Kimfo.
Yeah, I'm out, G. See y'all later. Goddamn pros.
Definitely appreciate y'all coming through, man. Good chopping up. Hey, man, if y'all ain't subscribed to MZ Talk Boxing, please subscribe to his channel. You know what I'm saying? He do live streams on Tuesdays. and we all be over there talking shit and doing our thing. And it's a real good atmosphere, man. We just be over there kicking it and having fun. That's the OG of the channel, man. We got a whole bunch of love for him, man. So if you got love for us, show some love to the OG. And also subscribe to D-Lo 404 Boxing with his mark ad. That's my nigga, you know what I'm saying? But subscribe to D-Lo 404 Boxing. I know he probably like, damn, I couldn't get a ringing endorsement like MZ Talk Boxing, but he is the voice of reason. That is D-Lo, goddamn. If you need some clarity in the situation, go holler at D-Lo. But on Tuesdays, we be kicking it with MZ Talk Boxing. But much love to everybody, man. Like I said, y'all come through and come check us out on Saturday. We ain't called no fights this past weekend. We will be calling fights on Saturday. Undisputed. Ain't nowhere in the universe I'd rather be than calling fights on the corner, man. But much love to everybody. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death.
Yes, sir. Most definitely, man. Appreciate y'all, man, coming through, hanging out with us, chopping it up, giving y'all opinions, man. Hey, shout out to Big Boy for getting on the panel today. Salute to you. Hey, but you already know, man, it's always fun. You know what I'm saying? There's much respect and love, man. Communicating and just, you know what I'm saying, getting our opinions off, man, on this boxing topic. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. And until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. The fuck out my gym.
You heard him.